Who's coming with me? It's a source now. It's a source now. Taking over the game, put it on padlock. With a better roster, six to play the lobster. Let the niggas hate, but revenge will never stop us. It's a source now. It's a source now. Taking over the game, put it on padlock. With a better roster, six to play the lobster. Let them niggas hate, but revenge will never stop us. Kill the cancer, you can call me a sick assassin. Cut the chains, you can call me LeBron James. Make a decision, but you never had me in derision. Changing the vision, but more them that cause division. For real, never in submission like I need permission. Niggas steady telling lies like a politician. Nigga need to cool it down, but we the new edition. Yes. Yeah, the name is the source. Check the reinvention. For real. You think we not prepared for the fallout? Watch us stack this information.
Yo, Source in the building.
Digital Foundry is proud.
Source in the building. I got my bro Jeremiah, the CEO. And we got two special guests tonight. We got the brother Aboriginal Power. Introduce yourself to the panel.
Peace, love and light. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
All right, peace, love and light to everybody out there on the panel, everybody in the chat. It's your brother Aboriginal Power, aka Copper Grizzly. And go check out my YouTube channel.
Alito.
All right, we also got Supreme Chief Holiday in the building. Talk to us, family.
Hey, peace and paradise to all American Aborigines. Supreme Chief Holidays in the building. And I come in peace, brothers. Hey, just want to say, man, thank you for having us over here, man, and looking forward to this bill, bro.
All right. And with no further ado, we also got the SUC in the building. Jeremiah, what's going on? Talk to us, CEO. If you're speaking, we can't hear you. All right, we'll get back to my brother. Tanks on the ground, talk to us, man.
Shalom, family. Got Commander General Yashar, tanks on the ground. Yo, we back at it again, family. Just be prepared, because we getting it together to where we're gonna be coming at y'all weekly with some information, introducing, leaders in our community, up and coming leaders in our community. You feel what I'm saying? So stay tuned in, subscribe, like, all that good stuff, and just get ready, because at the end of the day, hold on one second.
All right,
at the end of the day, at the end of the day, everything that we doing is for edification of our people. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, this is where we at. Source up or shut up.
All right, we got our brother King Self in the building. What's going on, man?
Man, what the business is, still the middleweight champion here, man. But I ain't really trying to hear all this friendly stuff, man. I'm glad y'all brought somebody over here for me to beat up besides somebody from the Bible. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad y'all brought the gorilla some food. Like I told y'all, man, feed me books or feed me debaters. So now y'all done feed me. Y'all done gave me some food. Now it's time for me to eat. So y'all better come with it, man. Y'all better come with it. My clip full of sources. You see what I'm saying? I'm finna spray a message with this chopper. You understand? Issue these concussions out to y'all boys with this information. You understand? So I hope y'all as good as D-Red say y'all is. You understand me? SUC, man, King Self out, baby.
All right, my bro James, the Argument King. What's happening, man? Talk to us.
Man, you already know what it is. SUC, H-Town represent. You know what I'm saying? It's me, James Cassell. I'm here on the scene. I'm just ready to hear what these brothers got to say. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to lay back in the cut, be listening, but you know how I get. You say something crazy, I got to get you. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I'm just here listening, man.
All right, Isabia, what's happening, man? Talk to us.
Peace. What up with it, bros? I just want to say thanks for the invite to the panel. I'm just here to listen. Like the brother James just said, if they step wrong, I'm gonna be on them. So make sure y'all come with the information, and y'all bring something that I can learn from, and I can bring back to the people. Peace.
All right, LeBron Claims. That's my brother. I call him LeBron Claims. What's happening, family?
Yo! I said, you either gonna claim your inheritance or get rolled over by these tanks.
Right.
You're gonna have advanced honor and intelligence to deal with me, bro.
Talk to him.
Let's get it in.
All right, with no further ado, let's cut the chit chat and get straight to the nitty gritty, man. Meat and potatoes of discussion. We got these two brothers here, Aboriginal. They represent the Aboriginal community, and we got some questions for them. First thing, I want to open up the floor with this. To the brother Chief Holiday and Aboriginal Power. I want to present the question I have for you guys. Do you guys believe that Egypt and Israel, the Middle East, is actually on this side of the world in the Americas? Either one of you brothers can answer that. That's how I want to start this off. We're going to start it off right. Are y'all there?
I'll go ahead and take that, brother.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, peace. It's your brother, Supreme Chief Holiday. I know America is Egypt, and so I'm gonna answer the question by yes first. So I don't want to get a beat around the bush. So America is Egypt, brother. First, America is ancient, and Egypt would be just a descriptive term of the people and the culture that the Europeans found when they came here. So yeah, so I just thought out with that, brother. I don't know if you had a follow-up question to it.
So Egypt is in the Western Hemisphere, so we should find the Nile Valley here as well, right? Since Egypt's over here.
All right, so what we're gonna do, because you guys say source up or shut up, right?
Right. We're gonna source
So
up.
I got you. What we're gonna do first is, do you know the definition of what Nile is, brother?
No, man. What's the definition of Nile?
Well, Nile just means riverbank. Okay, so the Amazon will have a riverbank, the Mississippi will have a riverbank, and if you were speaking Latin, you would just say Nile. You wouldn't say bank, right? You wouldn't call the Mississippi or even the Nile and over there, the Nile. That's a new term, correct?
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, man. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you, Jeremiah.
Oh, man. Bruh, I've been trying to get
It's
on,
gonna get hot
bro.
over here, brothers. It's gonna get hot over here, brothers.
I'm trying to get on, man.
It's flash.
Hey, Jeremiah,
Hey, hold up. We gotta patch Scholastic Bully up right quick, bro.
All right. I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing, man. I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing. I just wanted to say something real quick, and I'm gonna throw it right back to y'all.
We in the ER, though. Go ahead.
Say again, bro.
I said we in the ER.
Already. I got you. All right. So there's been a uproar in the Hebrew Israelite community about whether or not some of these Aborigines are Israelites based upon what the mainstream have classified as Aborigines, right? Or as so-called native people. And it's such a blessing to have these brothers on, you understand, because I agree with them on a lot of the things that they're standing on, which brings more evidence and credence to the ethnicity and the appearance of these native people, right? The natives are actually a people of color, right? And that has been a misnomer based upon when we brothers go to powwows or you see them these so-called natives opening up casinos, this, that, and the third. There's a misconception of who and what and the appearance of these Aborigines are. So I just wanted to say that real quick, man. I'm glad you brothers are on, and I'm gonna let y'all get back in the kitchen, man. I pass the mic.
They bronze and copper. That's me 44 cc's.
I think maybe the whole panel might be in agreement that people of color were amongst the indigenous or Aboriginal peoples of America.
Right.
I don't think there's no dispute. Or maybe it is if somebody don't believe
It
that.
is though. It is, Joshua. It really is. Brothers are trying to deny these people based upon the mainstream look that they present to the world of the Aborigines.
Well, hold on now. Eagle Hawk said they were all dark. Now I disagree there. They were all dark, but not the same people, but had the same science language, but one language of dozens known. I disagree with that. I don't think they were all dark. I mean, you can just look at their frescoes and artwork. That some of them were light and some of them were dark. I don't think they were all.
Let me ask all you gentlemen a question, so we can just have a baseline of where we at. Are we the original man and women on the planet, brothers?
I say no.
The Negro. Okay, you say no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the correct answer is yes, but it gets divided into various families.
Okay. I mean, we're just going to talk about the family of just let's just go to the original people of the planet will be Negroid. Let's just start there first. Can we all agree with that first? And there's one brother that doesn't agree. And I don't know if we got to go backwards and go get science to prove what we're saying.
I'm his leader, brother. I agree. He agrees with you.
Okay. The point I'm trying to say is right. We're gonna identify ourselves with the actual skeletons and the remains that we can find in the ground here in America, right? Florida, Georgia, right? All over Americas, we find Negroes, not only the oldest bones, but up to date bones of our people are here in the ground, brother. So forget the books, forget all the classifications that came later.
Somewhere else. How you gonna leave the conversation when he asked you a pertinent question?
I didn't miss it. I must have missed that question. What was the question?
He asked you about the Nile Valley. You said Nile. Word Nile means riverbank, and you were getting ready to go in on that.
Well, I was just explaining what like Nile means riverbank, river valley, brother.
Okay.
So that would just be when we get in translations in English, we're getting a Jewish, so-called Jewish rendition, Zionist Jewish rendition of a story, brother. But they translated and they translated like that. So let me ask you guys a question. When was the country of Egypt formed over there?
Say it again. You said when they were what? Armed?
When was the country of Egypt formed over there?
Formed.
Africa. When did they start it over there? When was it created?
Hey, excuse me, brother. I just did a fact check. The word Nile does not mean riverbank.
What does it mean, brother?
You can share my screen.
Yeah. Go ahead and press.
I hope you're looking at etymology, King Seth, before he hit you with a.
I hope he is too. I hope he's not fucking around. We're talking etymology of words, brother. We're not gonna do that. I hope you're pulling up something that makes sense.
What is the word? Can y'all see my screen?
The origin of the word now. The name
what is the
word?
It's like what is the origin of the word now? The name Nile is an Arabic origin. Meaning is from the Nile River. It also means Egyptian origin, whereas the meaning from the Nile River. Nile is generally used as a boy's name. It consists of four letters and one syllable, and is pronounced Nile, meaning of Nile. Let's see what this is. What did the ancient Egyptians live near the let's see, Nile. The Nile, major flowing.
You could have paused for a few seconds, brother, before you go on a long dissertation.
Yeah, okay, my bad.
Our baby name is not etymology lexicon.
So this wrong.
Yeah, go to Edamon Online. I think that's what it's called.
What it's called?
Which means river valley. It comes from the Greek word Nilos, which means river valley.
So it means river valley, but go to what is it? Edamon Online.
Yeah, I corrected it to river. I said river valley.
I'm
just saying though. So I mean, we're gonna.
I want to keep.
I'm reading.
I know. I think we're gonna get bogged down in elementary stuff.
We're gonna move it
Like
along.
Okay.
who are the first people in America? Like we know that black people are the first people in
Okay,
America.
type in the now. Go to that website.
Hold on.
Nah,
This is what we're gonna do. Let
hold
the
on.
brother
No, come on, man.
Holiday share his screen so he can just guide us through this so it don't take so long.
Now I wouldn't backtrack on now though. But since the brother wants to, I mean, it was
Hold
on, real quick.
Can I have a second, please? Can I have a second?
Yeah, hold on, brother. King, what did you say, King Self?
I was gonna say now though. I was gonna say now. Unshare my screen because they say this elementary. I'm like, okay, I don't wanna. You know what I'm saying? Seem elementary, so that's my fault. So I'm like, let's stop.
Hold on. No, it ain't elementary. We got to understand what these words mean. The brother made a claim. We the source, goddamn it.
I mean,
bro, every word that we're talking about, because you're saying native, we're saying Aborigine. Can we pull up the etymology of these words before we start?
I mean,
I
might
be talking Japanese to y'all. I might be talking Chinese because you don't understand the same language I'm speaking. Because you calling us Aborigines like you're not. Like you're not the first inhabitant,
brother.
Right. But we understand it's a connotation that comes with that. But I want to let's just move along. Let's not get stuck on that. My next question is, how can Egypt be in America when there are no scarabs? Are there scarabs in America? Where are the scarabs native to? Because we know the scarabs are renowned for being in Egypt, in the Eastern Hemisphere, not in the Western Hemisphere. So can you show us some scarabs in America? Chief Holiday.
I can't share my screen right now. Adam, can you share your screen, bro?
Nah, bro, I'm on my phone, bro. I didn't know we were doing all this right now. You know, I would have definitely got on the laptop.
You want to take this one, brother?
James, you got something going on with you.
Well, I'm gonna say this so we can move forward. Nilos is literally the name of the Greek god of the Nile River.
Okay, all right. And the reason why
that's the reason why I asked when was Egypt named over there? When did they name that? When was that called Egypt, brother?
Oh, when was it called Egypt? It was when the Greeks took over.
Become Egypt. Yeah. Like I know we got some astute people in the chat room. We got smartphones. Because I don't know the exact date, so I don't want to. Because I'm trying to make a point, so we won't.
4th millennium BC.
Just to solve this whole question, and we want to keep going back on Latin. Egypt is Latin, and it's not indigenous to Africa. And so a lot of times when we get in these conversations, we're getting it from a Greek. They always saying that the Greeks, that's a Sumer, aka Zionist creation. We're ancient here in America. Anything that you're going to bring us from Sumer and from the Jewish imagination, we're going to predate that in America. We're going to be able to show you that because the reason why I'm asking the question before I get into that, because when you say scarabs and we talk about certain things, we're talking about culture, right? So
yes,
right. So wouldn't pyramids be culture?
Yes, but the pyramids that you see in America are quite different than the ones you see in the Mediterranean and what we know as Egypt. You know,
right? And we can get into that, but what would be the difference, right?
The difference.
But right now, we're just trying to talk about the culture that you see pyramids in America, correct?
If you can call them that,
this is
more
what
ziggurats. They're more like
so
ziggurats.
I got y'all. So when they find something that they call Egyptian culture in America, they equate it to Egypt, but Egypt is new. It wasn't called Egypt. In
Okay.
1700s, 1600s.
So I think what the so peace, y'all.
Okay,
you got it.
real quick. So when you're talking about the pyramid structure, right? That's in Egypt and here in America. Now, when we look at the steep pyramids, very similar, okay, to the ones that's in South America and even to some of the ones that have been found here in North America, right? Very similar with the steep pyramids. But that right there tells us that the people, right? It's a connection to the people, because you don't have a similar, almost identical building structure on one part of the land, and then on the whole other part of the land when the people is not connected in no way, fashion, or form, language, nothing have the same structure. That just don't work like that.
Right, and that's a good point too to make. But and without making any assumptions, how could you connect the two? Right, you can look at structures, you can look at food, right? You can look at writing, you can look at other farther things. How do you make the distinguishing facts of which one came first? Right, that's the next question. So what you would do is you start evaluating what you have. You will start evaluating the contributions. Anybody know how many pyramids in the continent of Africa?
I do not know that number off the top of my head. No.
Yeah, you said what? How many pyramids are there on the continent of Africa?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's pull it up real quick.
Well, I know it's over 250 in the Sudan, and I
Okay.
believe I don't know I don't know how many is in Egypt. In the Congo is some. In West Africa, it's some, but they more like mounds.
I don't think they have any in West Africa, but just to give a rough estimate, it's probably like 400 that's been on the good side. We built the pyramids in Africa, correct? So when you look at that, that's a big statement. You know what I'm saying? That's science. It took time to do that. But then when you mirror and look at the Americas and you find 60,000 structures in one country, and they estimate that 10,000 of those are pyramid structures, right? That's in one country. That's in Guatemala. Then you go to Corral Supe and you find some of the oldest pyramids and some of the oldest structures, right? This changes the narrative of someone else bringing you that science. You understand?
What would be older?
That's why
What do you
those
mean by
pyramids are
older?
smaller, because they went over there and made some great pyramid and all that stuff,
What pyramids are
and
smaller, sir?
called that Egypt as well. The
Well,
60,000 pyramids over here in Guatemala.
Actually, just to correct you, one of those pyramids that was located in El Mirador, where those 60,000 structures, when you found that, one of those ended up being La Danta. Y'all can look it up if y'all want to. La Danta in El Mirador. It's the largest pyramid in the world, on the planet. You understand? So we're dealing with sheer volume and mass. So when we're dealing with structures, we're dealing with a conglomerate of more structures. We're dealing with a conglomerate of older structures. We're dealing with a conglomerate of larger structures. It's safe to say that the science was here first.
But
Hey,
why?
brother,
And I just want to add something to the question. Hold on. I want to add something to the question though. So you know how you guys say Kemet, like, because people got past Egypt because they know Egypt and Africa is a new colonized term, right? So we know that the Europeans, the Jewish Europeans, did a remix single on our culture, in ancient culture, and then they put new spins on it called religions and Egyptology and shit like that, right? And then when they come to America, they say, oh, well, here's some pyramids over here. This is Egyptian culture, right? Like it came here, but we have more and it's older in America. And then you guys are gonna say, well, how is it Egyptian culture? Well, you don't even have Egyptian culture, and that's even indigenous to the continent of Africa. And I'm gonna give you a perfect example how I know this. The people in West Africa have no clue about Kemetic or Egyptian culture, brothers. They don't know nothing about it at
I want
all.
to answer this.
It's
I
like,
want to
hey,
answer
brother,
this.
hey, bro, this can't self, man. I got a couple questions on this Egypt thing. It's like three short ones. It's like three short ones that I'm gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can answer them.
Hey, can I hold you up real quick? I just want to answer this brother that got the question on the screen real quick so we can move this off. Do Americans has walk-through chambers in their so-called pyramids? And see, when you say so-called, that's disingenuous because the experts are calling these pyramids. I'm not calling them that, okay? And yes, they have walk-through chambers with acoustic sound barrier rooms and everything else that we can get into as well.
What about sarcophaguses?
Okay.
They have sarcophagus. As a matter of fact,
Come
that
on, Josh, you going out of order. Heretic, King, Heretic.
one of the most famous ones. If y'all don't mind,
I'm
if I
gonna give
can
it over to my brother King Self. It touches on what he just said.
Yeah, the sarcophagus. If y'all want to go look at one found in Palenque. That's pretty common and pretty known. Very decorative. So y'all can go look at the one down there in Palenque.
Okay, one more. I'm gonna give it over to my brother King Self. What about mummification? Was that big in the Americas?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we got some of the oldest mummification processes also in the world. You can find that. If I have my if y'all got a lot of people on here, so and I can't even get my other device in here, I was gonna screen share and so I wouldn't just be talking for my health.
Yeah. I mean, you can do that. I guess you can.
Or I can just give y'all the sources. Y'all can look it up. But if you go to the American Indian Encyclopedia, 15,000 years of contribution and innovation, you can go to the M. It's in ABC order. You can go to M, find mummies, and it'll tell you about the whole process.
And they took the internal organs out.
Everything, brother. Everything that you can imagine, of science that you can imagine is found here. Brain surgery was found here. We are the first people to do metallurgy. You know what that is? That's taking metal out of its raw ore and processing it into whatever you need. The encyclopedia quotes, and I quote, it says we are the first people in the world to do that. So, I'm just quoting what the experts say.
Okay, very interesting. I want to see that source. Go ahead, King Self.
I got three short questions. You know what I'm saying? And this pertains to it. So, first of all, I want to get some clarity. Even when you say Egypt, you're saying Kemet as well, right?
See, brother, these are just descriptive terms of Europeans or other people that put it on somebody else. So we're just talking culture. Egypto is. No. I got you. Okay. Let's pull these terms up because we don't want to keep going back and forth on Egyptian. We want to be clear that Egyptian culture is ancient in America. I got you, brother. That Egyptian culture is ancient in America. So let's pull up Egyptian.
No, you don't got me.
And then let's pull up his languages and see what it's from, brother. Huh?
But I'm saying you don't got me. That's what I'm saying. You don't got me because you're saying something that I'm not asking you. I'm asking like when in terms of what we're saying, when you say Egypt is in America, when you refer to Egypt, are you synonymously saying Kemet at the same time? Because Kemet is what what black people gave their land in Africa. So I'm saying in the Greeks named it Egypt. Come on.
You have a source for that?
So I'm asking, are you saying for Kemet? Are you saying Kemet too? Are you saying Egypt?
The question was,
are you saying is Kemet / Egypt as well? Like how we pertain Kemet with Egypt? Are you saying that too? That's what
I'm not saying that, brother. I'm not saying that.
So you saying Kemet is a different place than Egypt?
Nah, I'm not saying that at all, brother.
So Kemet and Egypt is the same place?
I want to break down the etym of the word Egypto, brother. Because once again, it's just we're getting their rendition, so we're getting their story, bro. Their descriptive term of the people and the culture. We're saying that Egyptian culture is more in America and it's older in America, brother, and we can prove that.
But I'm asking you, hold on, are you using the word Egypt as a noun, person, place, or thing, or as a pronoun trying to describe a person, place, or thing?
Just a descriptive term, bro. That's all. That's all. I'm only using it as a descriptive
term. So you're using it as a Hold on, I'm really. You confusing me. You saying Egypt?
That's why we have to get to the origin of the word before we do this, because
you're
equating Egypt with Africa. You equate Egypt with Africa, and I'm saying
that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to.
I'm asking you: Is Egypt indigenous to the continent of a so-called Africa? Bro?
Yeah, because that's the name of a place.
No, but that was 20th century, brother. So that's not ancient. So when we're talking about Egypto or Egyptians, it's just a descriptive term of dark-skinned people and a culture, brother. That's ancient in America. That's what we're saying. And stories that you're talking about.
Oh, you saying hold on, stop. Okay, bro. Okay, look. So you saying Egypt is a descriptive term of people. So me right now, I'm Egypt. I'm Egypt.
You're an Egyptian, brother. Yes, you're Egyptian. If you're a dark-skinned brother, If
So
somebody was
you saying,
describing,
oh,
they
okay.
were speaking Latin, they will describe you as an Egyptian or Ethiopian. Is another term that we can look up as well, brothers.
So see, that's what I was finna get to you. So that's the word Aethiops, which comes from the Greece, but it's taking me off court because you confusing me because I'm trying to see you're saying it's
Hey,
a color,
brother, didn't
but
they
then,
tell didn't they
hold on,
tell us that
hold
didn't
on,
they?
stop.
Go ahead, bro.
Hold on,
Okay,
bro.
go
Let me
ahead.
finish, bro. Let me finish. Because you're trying to say that, oh, this is a descriptive term meaning a black person, but then you're saying it's Egyptian culture. Which is it the
Black
culture
culture.
from over here?
I'm saying it's black culture.
Huh?
Yeah. How about this? The
And
black culture. Yes. Ancient black culture in America. Yes. That's what I'm saying.
okay, so what's over there then? What's over there in
A
Africa by
created UNESCO created Zionist Jewish Rothschilds creation, brother. That's what I'm telling you, and that's why it's newer pyramids because they created them. They created that.
so now let me get back to my questions then. So okay,
Mhm.
if Egypt is in America, where is Greece?
Excuse me, I didn't hear you.
He said,
I
"Where is
said if
Greece?"
Egypt,
Where is Greece? The country of
yeah,
Greece is in the middle of the
yeah.
Mediterranean off the coast of Italy.
Okay, so okay, Greece
Shouldn't
is
it
you
be
say
over
Greece
here
is
though in the Western world?
so that's what I'm saying. Shouldn't it be
I,
over
Here,
here if
the
this is
America.
so,
Egypt? Because he
well,
confusing me. He said,
So the
okay. So
ancient
okay. How
Egyptians
about this? How
sailed
about this?
all the
You
way
know how? Hey,
across
okay, I got
the
y'all. Y'all know
Atlantic.
how they told us that y'all know how they told us that the Greeks created science and math and all that stuff, and then later we
No.
found out. Well, they told us that Imhotep created math and science and all that. Y'all remember
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay. Well, here's the story. The story is that the math and science and technology comes from America that the Zionist Jews have taken credit for.
Okay,
That's
so
what
let
we're
me
Well,
ask.
what's the
Okay, so
evidence for this?
let me. Okay, so this my. I ain't even got to go to my second question. I'm making my third question. Where was Alexandria, and did Alexander conquer the so-called America, aka Egypt?
brother. When so-called Alexander the Greek was moving around, that wasn't called Africa. It wasn't called Egypt. Okay. Remember, it's new. So it couldn't have been called that then, correct? So once
I mean,
again, you're getting a Zion,
I don't
brother,
know.
you're
I'm
telling me a
totally
Zionist
confused.
Jewish story
Incorrect.
that
Herodotus
come.
was calling it Egyptus 200 years before Alexander the Great.
Yeah,
Excuse
that's
me,
a
he was calling it
fact.
what,
Also,
brother?
also there's a
What does
history
Egyptos
of
mean again?
Egyptians sailing to Greece. So if you're saying they sailed all the way across the Atlantic to be in Greece and all the battles of Troy and all those things happen here in the Americas,
I'm not saying none of that, bro.
Yeah,
You guys are confusing
you
the
confusing
conversation
us.
right now, brother.
So, so
Once
are you?
again, you
Hold
guys
on,
are giving me Fantasy
Jasub,
Island
hold on. Hey,
stories.
let me say this. Let me say this, bro. You're
Yeah,
confusing us with
I
your.
get
Hold
it.
on, Jasub.
I'm
Let me say
keeping it
this,
super
bro.
simple, bro. That's
No,
what I'm
no,
saying. You
bro. You
confuse
can
yourself asking me about Alexander the
hold
Greek
on,
and shit.
bro. Hold on. Let me say this. You're confusing us with your definition of what you're saying Egypt is. Because in one point you're saying Egypt is the color of somebody's skin. That's like the word black. You're associating it with a color like, hey, Jasub, you Egypt, James, you Egypt, and Yashar, you Egypt. And then in one the same breath, you say Egypt is a culture. So how can it be a culture
I
in the
just
color of
described it, brother.
people?
Egypto culture is our culture, American culture, ancient American culture, ancient black culture, brother. I'm trying that white Zionist Jews have taken credit for, brother. This is what I'm
Okay,
trying to tell you.
so Egypt is
I
not a
got you.
place. So Egypt
Just
is not a
nah, bro.
place.
Nah, listen. I'm saying this is what I'm saying, brother. When we talk about Herodotus and we getting stories that are translated and brought back to us from these people. So if he's telling us about Herodotus is describing dark skinned people selling, going or killing somebody or doing something because it was only dark skinned people in this area at the time. Egypt is new over there right now. Y'all have to account for that. This is 20th
Yeah.
century. It's not ancient.
That
And then you tell me that
I
Kemet
mean that's
is
just
what
like
the African people call it.
well, when I say
I
Egypt,
mean
I'm
that's just
talking
like
about a
watch this.
geographical location. It doesn't move.
Location.
I'm giving
Nah,
a
but
description of the
That's just
geographical
like
location. Okay.
and watch this, James. That's just like in the biblical text when that Roman soldier mistaken Paul for an Egyptian because he black and he thought, you know what I'm saying, because he's black. He's not saying
Correct.
that he Egyptian. He's saying he associating with the place and the people. Aren't you that Egyptian? Because you black, not
I
because
guess,
Hey,
you
I
brother.
was
guess, I
from
guess
that place.
Jesus, I guess Jesus fled to America when it
Pretty
says they
much.
went to Egypt. They went to
But see,
Brother.
America.
what we missing though, James and Jashu, is that
Nah,
he's not
man, y'all
saying
can't even
Egypt is
do
a
it, bro.
place. He's saying
First of
Egypt is a
all,
pronoun.
Jesus was in Canada, and
Nah, I
second
just
of
wish we
all,
would just
Egypt
pull
never
up
existed.
the etymology of Egypt,
Hey,
brother.
brain.
All
So
right,
we
let
don't
me
have to
pull
go
it up.
back and forth
Share
on
my
this,
screen.
man.
Share my screen, Jashu,
Cause,
because
cause
he's trying to use Egypt as a pronoun instead of a place. That's
I'm,
what we
I'm,
that's
I'm,
what we tripping on,
I'm.
and it's confusing.
Oh, okay, but
We
I'm
can
saying that you
start there
call it
now.
Kemet. So
Go
let's
ahead.
leave Kemet right there.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Kemet is in Africa. Kemet is in
let's
Africa,
leave
right?
Kemet. Right, let's leave Kemet there. So you're
Oh,
saying
okay, that's good.
a descriptive term of the culture that the Pale people found when they came here, right? They found black culture when they came here. So they wouldn't have said black, right? Or they wouldn't have been describing it in black, because they would have had to
Nah,
describe it in their terminologies, right?
hold on,
So
you talking
terminology,
about
they would have
Christopher
said, hold on,
Columbus?
brother. They would have said Ethiopia, right? Ethiops,
No,
right?
they wouldn't have. No, they
Just
wouldn't
like,
have. No, they wouldn't
uh,
have. You know what they'd have said?
why
They'd have
not?
said they Morenos. They'd have said they
Oh,
Morenos.
brother, I'm just, these are more other descriptive terms of the people that they found when they came here.
But
So
Christopher Columbus would have never
that's
More
called
than
another
them.
one
term.
way to say
You're
black,
you're
man.
you're exactly right,
Wait,
brother. But
slow down, King.
I'm saying if we're getting accounts from people who will be trans or speaking this to us in Latin, giving us a Latin term, right?
Exactly.
Ethiopia and Egypt did not exist in the 15 and 1600s. Well, we all agree it's on that.
You said what?
The states, the countries of Egypt and Ethiopia did not
It's
exist.
kind of irrelevant if we're using it to describe a geographical location.
In
No,
the
we're not.
15,
No, I'm not describing the geographical location.
No,
When
I
they came
understand
here,
where
hold
it's
you're
on,
not.
going.
Listen, listen.
1500
I'm
what?
Y'all
saying,
just said when they came
hey,
here,
when
they
we
described
use
dark
it,
skinned people.
we're using
Hold
it
on,
this way.
listen, brothers. Y'all getting confused what we're saying. Let's keep it basic. The word Ethiopia is a descriptive term. It did not exist in the
Okay,
15
you
and
can't tell
1600s.
me how to speak though. I mean, I'm not
I'm
trying to
just saying,
tell
bro.
you
But
how
I'm
to,
damn. We
but
getting
don't try to
bogged
tell
down
me
in
how to.
No,
etymology when we don't have to do this.
the word Ethiopia is not
That's a Greek
the word
word as well.
Aethiops. The word
Yeah, it's a Greek
Aethiops
word.
means
Okay, so
black.
my point
Ethiopia
is,
derives from the
what
word
is it
Ethiop.
describing? What is Ethiop describing,
No, no,
brother?
no, no.
What does
Slow
it mean?
down. Athea.
What does
We
it mean?
can't say Ethiopia because it's Greek as well. So what do we want to call it? I mean, just tell us what to call it, and we'll just call it by
No,
that and move
I'm
forward.
saying
Okay?
though, when we're talking about these Greek terms,
No,
what are
no
they saying?
problem. You
What
tell
does
us
that mean?
what to call it so we can move forward. I don't want to sit here and argue with you in circles about what we call it, a
Right.
geographical
This is
location. That's
ridiculous,
silly.
man.
We're saying that Egyptian culture is just a dark, it's black culture. It's just described by crackers that speak Latin.
Okay,
That's what I'm
cool.
saying.
Our issue is that there's history involving the geographical location that has been called Egypt, Kemet, whatever you want to call it as, historically, and a place called Greece. You say Greece is next to Italy, but Egypt is in America. So were these people sailing across the Atlantic to have wars with each other?
He can't be, bro. Because
Have you take
James,
this question with me?
what we missing?
I'm
Because
I,
he's using this. I see what he's
I'm not
doing,
getting into the
but it
biblical
makes
stories,
no
brother.
sense. It makes no sense though,
This
bro.
what
Because
biblical story? Boy,
it
what is
makes
wrong
no
That
with
would be
sense.
you?
your source of that story, brother.
Wars with
The story
Egypt
that
and
y'all saying
Greece,
will be the Bible is the source of that story, correct?
brother. No,
No.
the wars between
Egypt is the
Egypt
source
and
of the
Greece
story. The
are
walls of
they
Egypt.
have their own records.
The Sudanese was
Oh,
fighting the
okay.
Egyptians, bro. Come on, man.
The sea
Where's
people,
the,
Okay,
the
where's
brother.
the
sea
Listen
people
Sudan?
on
though.
the walls
I'm
of
saying though,
Egypt.
but you just said that it was called Kemet. So call them
Kemet, Egypt,
Cometians.
whatever
Don't call them
floats your boat,
Egyptians.
brother.
Don't put
Chief.
Egypt in Africa, brother. That's all I'm
I can
saying.
say
Can
Hey,
we do
whatever
that?
I
Shalom, Chief.
want.
Hey, this
You can
is
say
Can
Shar.
we
whatever you
do
want.
that?
Let me ask
Can
you a
y'all do
question,
that?
brother. So, would
Yes,
you
sir.
accept? Would you accept the source? Would you accept a Greek source that states that they had interactions with kingdoms in what we would call Eastern and Northern Africa? Would you accept that source? And they
I'm not
using these
even gonna
specific
dispute, brother.
terms
I'm not even
and
disputing that
titles
these people
so
was
that we
not.
can relate to that particular information?
Okay, listen. Yes, sir. I'm not disputing whether or not these people were trading amongst each other or dealing with amongst each other or having wars. That's not my argument, brother. I'm saying that they're writing Egypt back in history.
Well,
Okay.
right at the
I'm
moment,
saying,
we're stuck on trying to establish the
Okay, so
location of
Egypt
Egypt.
is in
That was the
America,
very
but
first
Kemet in
question.
Africa.
nah, that's not
So,
that's not what I'm
in
saying,
order
brother. I'm
for us
saying that
to
Egypt is a
establish
descriptive term of black.
Like, if
Hey,
we
that's
can't
what I'm
write
saying. See,
explicit
that's where he
topics and get
confusing
to the
me
That's
at.
it. That's all
information,
I'm saying. I'm gonna just give him a
write
Man, we
descriptive
explicit
gotta
term.
have some
topics and get
order,
to some
man. Hold on,
information.
everybody, hold up, man. We gotta have some order. It's a lot of people watching. We gotta speak one at a time because I want to hear this discussion.
Man, that's where he confusing me at. I want to know if Kemet and Egypt is in the same place. Are they separate place? Are they two different things? What it?
Let me
Because
ask him
Kemet,
this.
that's crazy.
Let me
Go
ask
ahead.
him this. Are you saying that that land over there in Africa, Northeast Africa, that we're referring to as Egypt, is being as a misnomer, and the actual place that we're referring to is in America? Is that what you're saying?
Man, that man
Absolutely
said
not.
that
That's
25.
absolutely not what I'm saying, brother.
Okay,
I'm
can you
not saying none of
clarify?
that, brother.
Nobody say anything. Don't interrupt them. Nothing.
I mean,
Clarify what you
I'm
saying.
saying I thought we were going to pull up Egypt, the etymology of the word Egypt, and Ethiopia, Ethiop.
Okay, I will do
Because
that for you.
I thought we all could agree on this panel that they're just a descriptive term of dark people.
No, we can't
Dark
agree
land and a
because
dark
no.
person. That's
Okay,
Obviously,
so
we
correct.
can't. So I guess we're gonna have to
With
prove
us
it.
pulling that
No, you
information up,
fine.
that's
One
gonna
is a
deal with
dark
Yeshua
land, one is
I
a
got
question.
you.
dark
Let's put it
person.
up there. Because I guess my word, Yesahab,
Brother,
came in
I'm
peace.
agreeing with you, brother. Calm down. One is saying a
Nah, but
dark
I'm
land,
gonna
one
say
is
though,
saying a dark person.
what
That's
what you
fine.
guys are gonna
Let's
hear
move
from us is
forward,
gonna be
bro.
totally opposite from what the Zionist Jews taught you. Okay, so when you give me a Zionist Jewish story, brother,
Who
I know
gave
the
you a
origin
Zion
of that.
Jewish story,
I
bro?
know the
You still
origin of
making
your
up stuff.
story.
okay,
I got
I,
you. I know the
I have
origin
the
of your story
etymology.
though.
I have the etymology.
You don't know the origin of
Etymology.
my story.
I
That's
have the
that's
Etymology.
what you
Get
call
the
a straw
etymology,
man.
please.
When we talk about
I'm not making a straw man, brother.
Greek and Egyptian wars, that actually is recorded in their annals.
Okay,
Okay, the
so
question was put on the table, and we haven't got an answer yet. What year was the country Egypt named Egypt? This
Irrelevant.
is a simple question. And
Okay,
Ethiopia too.
there you
Can we put those
go.
out? Can
Chief,
somebody please
Don't
pull
we
those
ain't
up for me?
arguing
Because I
about
don't want
oh,
to
Egypt,
go
all right,
down
bro.
I'm
hey,
a
gonna
rabbit
Chief,
pull
hole.
it
Got
up,
you
brother.
got
there,
it
But
up,
Chief,
bro.
there go the
Apparently we
etymology
are,
right
because
there,
you're
brother.
only putting that on
Hey,
a
Jesua, can
geographical
you read
location.
that
No, no,
etymology
no.
over
Okay,
there
The,
for
hold
the
on.
me
Let me
before we
see.
etymology
move
is right
on?
there on the screen, brother. You want to go ahead and read it?
Hey, peace.
Shalom, Mark.
Damn.
Peace, fellas. Hey,
Can
can
you
I
blow
say
it up a
something?
little bit, brother?
yeah,
Blow it up a little bit. You shoot. Yeah,
Hey, can I say something, fellas?
no problem, Mark.
Absolutely, brother.
After the
100.
brother finished speaking, Chief Holiday, everybody mute their mic so that the brother can explain exactly what he's getting at, please. Go ahead, brother. My bad.
You talking about me or you talking about y'all about it?
No, you good,
No, I
A1.
was
You
saying,
got it.
I was telling you, go
All
ahead, and
right.
then after you, Chief Holiday, go.
Look, I just want to know what is the purpose? Like, we came over here. I ain't come over here to debate Egypt. I ain't come over here to debate nothing. What exactly we here for? I'm here to prove that it was already black people in America. Ain't no slave trade, no African slave trade happened. And I can't prove to you that other people refer to this continent saying that the people from here left and went to Egypt and built that shit over there as well. So what exactly do you guys want to talk about? Like, I mean, listen, man, we ain't gonna waste no time on the word Egypt,
We're
man.
going a few steps at a
well,
time.
we was trying
We're
to
not
do
talking
that.
Y'all
about the
want that
word
mummy
and the
source? He
etymology.
said
We're trying to find
y'all
out
want
the
that mummy
location.
source while we y'all want that mummy
Are you
source
asking
while we
another question? Let me answer
and
the
we
first
we
question
need
first.
clarity on this
I got
before
my
we even.
laptop ready to go. It's
yeah.
just a lot of people on the panel though. You know what I'm saying? I
Okay,
thought
bro,
this
we
was,
can't. We all can't
you
talk
know,
at the same time, bro. Look, we trying
All
to
right,
get
Well,
some.
no.
Come
so
I
on,
Let's
mean,
bro.
come
y'all
up with
invited
one
us
Cool,
over
bro.
point.
here
Let's come up
to,
with one
Listen,
point.
we
we
trying
just
to get
trying
some
to.
Let's come up with
clarity.
one
God
point, though.
damn, man, bro. We all can't talk at the same time, man. I look, man. We trying to get clarity on what this brother mean when he say Egypt, but some brothers on here don't have that understanding yet. What he talking about? I'm confused because he the Egypt that we all know is a place. He's saying that Egypt is not a place. He's saying that Kemet in Egypt is not the same thing and it's different. So we're trying to figure out what it is. So we have to get that established before we do anything else. Can we figure out what this Egypt is he talking about? Please. Thank you. I'm gonna mute out.
All right. Also, man, the brother made a statement and said that the people came from America and went over into Egypt and established Egypt. So then that opens up for the other line of questions that brothers was having with the interaction of the Greeks and the Egyptians that you brothers have to take into account. Were they talking about the interaction with the established Egypt by the people of the Americas, or were they talking about traveling back and forth from Greece to America?
Hold on real quick though. The brother asks, he requests to get the etymology of Egypt. I put it on the stream before we went on the debacle. I also want to say this. Who just made the comment about too many people on the panel? Was that Aboriginal Power?
Yeah, I'm trying to get my other laptop in, so I can't really. It said it's
All right.
full.
All right. Jihad, I'm gonna have to remove you, brother. You can watch us on YouTube if you're there. Just watch us on.
Okay.
All right.
All right, much love, brother. Peace.
Shalom.
Peace.
All right, now I'm going to pull up the etymology again. And the brother Chief Holiday is going to break this down and explain to us his stance on this, because I really don't know what he's saying. I'm going to be honest. So I'm going to share my screen. And he's going to tell us that I guess Egypt means black. I guess that's what he was trying to get at. All right, it's right there, Chief Holiday. Can you just, I guess, break this down for us?
So check me out, right? So I'm just saying that when we're talking about ancient Egypt, right? It's talking about a descriptive term of the people and the culture that the Europeans found when they came to America. Okay. I'm saying that they went back home, made a remix single, and brought it back, like they created it, everything, and that Egypt in North Africa that you're talking about is a new created European Zionist creation, and that's exactly what I'm saying.
But brother,
I see.
Period.
Hold on real quick, because I'm reading this from Edamon Online or edamonline.com, and it says Old English Egypte, meaning the Egyptians, from French Egypte, from Greek Egyptos, the river Nile, Egypt, from Armana Hipkupata, corresponding to the Egyptian Hata Kapata, and it means temple of the solar Ptah. So the word Egypt don't even mean black. That's why I was trying to figure out where you're getting that from. Because according to this, it means
country right there, brother.
No, that's talking about the Egyptian name Kemet. Kemet means black country.
Okay, but I'm saying though, so obviously we went past Egypt to Kemet, right? It's not indigenous to Egypt. I mean, indigenous to Africa, brother. That's what that's telling you. I don't know.
Label of a location.
Are we reading something different? Oh man, you reading something different, bro? Because we get to the etymology, the old English
No, brother.
of Egypt, brother. It's gonna get to black.
Y'all shoot before you go
That's
there.
all I'm
Before
saying.
you do that,
What are we doing here? What are you doing?
Chief, let me say this real quick, brother. Okay, so what you asked was for us to pull up the etymology. What Yeshua did was pull up the etymology. Then what you started to do was give your breakdown that's not actually going hand in hand with the information. And then after Yeshua went to go ahead and read the first sentence of the information that you asked us to pull up, then you said, no, did you jump down and see black country? But in your breakdown, bro, you didn't even touch the information that's on the screen. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what's your purpose of asking for the etymology when you're not going to base your breakdown off of what's in front of us? Because what we're reading is not what's coming out your mouth.
And not to mention, Yeshua, he said that Kemet and Egypt was two different things. Remember, I asked him that several times.
Can we pull up? Can we pull up Egypt? The old English right there. Can we pull that up? Problem. Because once again, y'all, you have to have discernment. You have to have a level of understanding what you're being fed right here, brothers.
So I
They
should
w-
see in
even went
America
they even went further on and tell you
I should,
different words.
I should see the Temple of Ptah in America somewhere, right? 'Cause that's what Egypt
Man,
derived from.
please go one
See,
question at a time,
I'm
brother.
saying that America's older than this ancient Egypt, brother. This is a descriptive term, and that is
Hey,
made up over there. I don't know why. And if any time that you're giving us a story that comes from these people, brother, you're getting it from the Zionist Jewish
hey,
remix single.
just show, man.
So
Ring the dinner bell, man. It's gorilla food time, man. Y'all done threw me
okay, let's
something
get
to
it
eat,
then.
bro.
Let's get it
Ring the
then.
dinner bell,
Let's
bro.
get it then. Let's get it then.
I see this dude on the
Let's get
ring
it.
on anything. He looking
I mean,
alright.
I thought you. I didn't know we was gonna get bogged
I'm
down
still
in
waiting on the evidence
etymology
of
of
people
words.
selling from
So
Egypt
so
to
No,
America,
but brother,
not
nah,
from
brother,
that's
Egypt to
not
see,
America.
okay.
see
So
holiday.
I'm like the brother. I didn't. I thought we could if we can have a conversation.
We
You're
are
giving
having,
us
You right, bro. My
you're
fault.
giving us I, what we doing?
but Chief
Yeah, you right.
Holiday, you got to
What we
understand this.
doing?
Hold on, real quick. You got to understand this. This is the source. We base everything over here off of source information, being able to source the material, and I think we lost the brother. I think we
Right,
lost.
but I'm saying though is how are we arguing over Egypt when we know that Egypt wasn't called Egypt over there or Ethiopia, and that this will be a descriptive term if they're saying
That's
that
an
they found
extremely petty
Ethiopians.
argument.
Hold on, if they're saying that they found Egyptians and Ethiopians in Egypto culture in America, and we can pull this up, why what are we talking about? It's just a
because
descriptive term in Latin, brother, or
because
Greek,
that
where you
doesn't
guys are saying which
eliminate
is the remix single.
it doesn't
Excuse me.
eliminate the fact that the animals that are associated and found on the walls of Egypt and
Uh-huh.
associated in the writings of Egypt, you got to show that in America as well. We
Because
should see the same fauna and the same flora, the same kind of plants, the same animals, the same culture, as you said. All of this has to mesh well together in order for a perfect match. You
Hey,
understand?
let me ask you a question. Were
brother,
Africans selling open
hold
sea?
on,
Were
bro.
Africans trading and selling open
Well,
sea?
either you looking for a perfect match
Bro,
or you looking
I
for a
think
similarity to point
I
out
think
distinct markers that connect them. See, so
I didn't. I
bro,
don't. I'm not trying to
I
make no
think,
connection.
bro,
I don't care about that.
I think, bro, we had a conundrum because you're saying that Egypt is in America instead of saying they found Egyptian culture in America. Like
Well,
if you're just saying that, then okay, that's kind of that's we can talk about that and weigh the options and the information on that to see if that's real. But you're saying that it was Egypt and America first, and then they went crossed over to Africa, and then I mean the white people came to America and then went back over to Africa and replicated what they seen in America and it's new. Like, no, bro, why would they go cross deserts and why would they put something in the desert where they can't even live? Why would they build something in the middle of the desert where it's 150 degrees? They can't even live out there, bro. They'll get skin cancer.
hey, bro, I'm not arguing for why anybody built anything in Africa. I don't care about that.
But I'm saying, why would white people come to America, see what the so-called Egyptians doing in America, then go all the way to over there in the desert and build something and build pyramids and all
Brother,
that don't that make
you
no
got pyramids
sense.
all over the world, brother. Brother, you got pyramids all over the world. China, Indonesia, Japan, New York, Chicago. Do you know
But
that they tore down
okay,
pyramids with their
listen
bulldozers,
to me.
bro?
That's cool,
Yes,
bro.
bro.
Listen to me. You tap dancing around what I'm saying. What I'm asking you is, why would white
I'm not.
people see? Listen to me. Let me finish, bro. Why would white people come to America, then go all the way back across Africa to try to replicate what they saw in America, and then name it over there Egypt? Why would they do this? That makes no sense.
But are you asking me what
Yeah,
the
I'm asking you
hell
a question.
Zionist Jew? You asking me what the hell the Zionist Jew did over there? That's what you asking me, brother.
No, I'm not asking you what. No, bro. Listen to me carefully. Hold
Bro.
on.
My
Listen to me.
argument is
Hold on. Okay,
America,
stop,
brother.
stop. Okay. Listen to me carefully now. Listen to me
Yeah.
carefully, bro. I'm saying you saying that white people, the Zionist Jew, They came to America. They saw what the original Egyptians, what you saying, that was in America did over here. They was building the pyramids over here. Whoop, whoop. They was doing all that mummification, all this over here in America because you say this is Egypt. So you said they looked at what the so-called original Egyptians did in America. That's what you say. And they went back all the way over there to Africa in the desert, in northeast corner of Africa, to rebuild, to replicate what they saw, the
Yeah, it's
original.
called UNESCO. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
called
So why
UNESCO.
would they do this? Why would they do this, bro?
Bro,
Why would
listen,
they
bro.
go all the way over
Listen,
there to do
fam.
this?
I can go all day and talk about this lunatic, but my point and what I'm trying to say is that, brother, we have older Egyptian culture in America.
All
Let's
right,
Okay,
deal
bro.
with that.
I'm done.
let's
I'm
That's
get
all
done.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you can't deal with the word,
Let's
then that's
move
on you,
forward.
brother.
Hey,
Can we move
Jashu,
forward?
let's
We
move
got older
forward and deal
Egyptian
with that
culture in America.
information. Let's move forward and deal with that information, brother, because
all right.
We
Yeah,
got
we
older
getting in
black culture in
circles.
America.
Hey, you
We got
saw
older black culture.
you saw that boy Gregory Hines that when you seen that.
hold on real quick because I want to say
Nah,
this.
bro.
According
Just your
to
understanding of
according to
something different.
secular
Fire
science,
right now. Let's establish the location first, King Seth.
Facts. You right. Facts.
Once again, when these people who try to tell people anywhere they find people around the world that they come from Africa and that they got there by way of slave, it's always you always going to try to associate them with Ethiopia when Ethiopia didn't exist in the 1500s, brothers. Or Egypt didn't exist in the 1500s. And I understand you guys are saying, oh, well, they were talking about dark people in that region and stuff like that or whatever, but you got to account for this, the etum of these words. This is all we're saying. So I would hopefully we can get past this. We don't got bogged down in
yeah,
Egypt, bro.
we moving on.
This is America. Let's talk about America. Can we pull up the etymology of America, please? Please,
All right, I will. I thought it
because
was
this is
named
America.
after.
Yeah, we can get to that too, but let's get to this right here first.
I
The
thought it was
etum of
named
it.
after
That way we'll
America.
have the.
We got a couple people on the panel though. You know, we want to pass it around.
Yeah, I
Yeah, we
thought
can
it
do
was
that.
named after Amerigo Vespucci. That's why I thought the word America came from. Amerigo. Well, he was an explorer. Was he an Italian explorer? I can't remember what his nationality was. But yeah,
Cartographer.
I'm
What
pulling
year
it
was
up.
that, brother? What year was it? Was that?
No, I'm gonna pull the etymology up.
Vespucci? Yeah, and then we can get into Vespucci. Let's get to etymology and we can get to Vespucci.
Oh, he even says it right here. So it says 1507, the Western Hemisphere, North and South America. And cartographer Martin Treatise from modern Latin Americanus after Amerigo Vespucci, who made 2 trips to the New World as a navigator and claimed to have discovered it. His published works put forth the idea that it was a new continent, and he was the first to call it Novus Mundus, New World. Amerigo is more easily Latinized than Vespucci, which might yield the place name Vespucia. The sense in English naturally was restricted toward the British colonies, then the United States. The man's name, Amerigo, is Germanic, said to derive from the Gothic Americh, literally work ruler. The older English form of the name has come down as surnames, Emmerich, Emery. The Italian feminine form merged into Amelia. Okay, well, I'm just reading a
Well,
bunch
why
of
did you
words
tell us
out.
Can
that?
you pull up American?
Why did you tell us that?
Hey, real quick. Can I just say one thing to that?
Put an
My
N
brother?
on it. Yeah, just put an N on American.
Why are we
N on it.
determining the etymology of the word America?
Hey, can I say something to that before he ride with that about Amerigo Vespucci? His name
Hold
was
on.
No,
Al.
I'm
you got
trying
the
to
floor,
figure
brother.
out
You can
why
take it.
he's asking this question.
Who, me?
I'm trying to figure out why Jashud is asking the etymology of
I
America.
didn't ask the question. He said, look up the word America. And I did. And I was like, oh, I
Well, I
thought
said
it came.
American, but no, it's fine. American.
I got
America's
American on
fine.
here. I got it right
Okay.
here.
All right. So it says originally one of the Aboriginal peoples discovered in the Western Hemisphere, right? By the European. Okay. And it says 1570s. Okay. So I don't want to hog all the time. So one of the brothers want to take Vespucci real quick. If we could dispute, we could debunk that real quick as well. Yeah. Go ahead.
Wait, but it says 1570s. And when did America? Wait, hold on, let me go back. Hold on. Let me go fact check this right now. Yeah, Amerigo Vespucci was dead already.
I was going to answer your question, bro. If you before he even said, don't even go forward. I just answer that question real quick.
Yeah, you got it. Go ahead, brother.
All right. First of all, his name wasn't Amerigo. It was Alberico. When he came to the region of the Nicaragua region in Guyana, he took the prefix Amer. It was our Amerique. It was the Amerique regions of Nicaragua, which would be like in the middle of the Caribbean and off of like South America. So Amerique was the name of the land. The name Amerique and America comes from the word Amaru. Amaru, Maru. Now, Ki, Amaru, Ki means land. And Ki is CA. So Amaru Ka, Amaru Ki. He ain't name it that. You know what I'm saying? His name was Alberico Vespucci. He ain't never named nothing. The word Amaru go back all the way to the Peru. On the Peru, they have a gate called the Amaru Maru, which is where the word America come from. I just wanted to just put that out there. I mean, you want the source, we can get all into that. But he was talking about America on the 1828 dictionary. If you want to pull up that when he first applied it in a definition.
All right, so where can I go to get that information?
Let's put the 1828 Webster Dictionary in.
But the German Zionist Jews made a remix single on Albert Vespucci and turned him to Amerigo Vespucci, brothers.
I mean, it even says right here from Amerigo Vespucci, a Florentine who pretended to have first discovered the Western continent.
Oh, his name was
bro, like you just said right there. Like,
I look up now. What you got to do is you got to listen to what I'm saying and look up Alberico to see if I'm telling you the truth. If I just told you the word Amaru is where the word America come from. They just changed the vowels around.
It's not coming up. It's not showing up. Amerigo.
Alberico.
ALB.
It probably ain't gonna come up in that dictionary. Yeah. You probably gonna have to look it up. Don't look it up in a dictionary. Look it up online, bro.
Oh man, you had me go to the dictionary. I'm thinking
I didn't have you. I had you go there for America. If you want to pull up the word America, we was only trying to look up the word America, not American. America.
Okay, we went to Edamon online, edamonline.org, and it pulled up and said Amerigo Vespucci. I went to the 1828 dictionary and it said Amerigo Vespucci. I don't understand. All the lines of evidence is going back to him.
Okay, so you don't. So that's hold on. So that's how you do research. So look up Alberico Vespucci. Like I just said, like look up his name. Why are you taking that name for? All right, hey, real quick. Hey, spell
his name.
All right. It's ALBER Rico CO.
Oh my bad.
Vespucci.
This dude lived in 1886.
That's Alberico Vespucci.
Oh, it's Alberico. I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta give me a direct source.
Yeah, I got it, bro. That's Alberico. His name is in 1886, Julius Marco, aka Vespucci, renamed himself from Alberico Vespucci to Albericus Vespucci to Amerigo Vespucci after meeting the native inhabitants. So that's really he's right. That's his name. That was his real name.
This is 1886 though. This is 1880.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's
hey, fellas, real quick, fellas. All right, fellas, real quick. Can we agree that the white man general education system then reversed? They then added times to certain things. They didn't change certain things around. And can we 100% trust everything that we pulling up? We gotta cross reference.
Not on that. Not on that. Not on that date.
The brother, did I just show and prove? The brother you just read out of 2 dictionaries, so apparently they lied.
But he right though. It's on
Is there
the
another
1886.
perspective? No,
That's
is there another?
1886.
Oh, I got you. Is there another perspective of which his name wasn't Amerigo? It was Alberico. I just told you the word Amaru Key. That's where the word America come from, brother. Now look up the word Amaru. That's where you got Tupac Amaru. Amaru was a part of Peru.
Oh, I see what he's saying now, right here. This guy in 1886, Jules Marco, said Vespucci renamed himself from Alberigo
Yes, exactly.
to
That's what I'm trying to
Amerigo
tell you.
Vespucci after meeting the
Yes.
native inhabitants eponymous American mountains ranges of Nicaragua. Oh, I see what he's saying now.
What I just
No,
say? What did I just tell you?
I'm saying that they
No,
remixed it with
Chief, Chief, hold up, brother, hold up. Now, are we clear on the word Amerigo Vespucci?
Well, we clear that a claim was made in 1886 by this guy.
Brother, okay, so there's another perspective that need to do research then. I just told you the word Amaru. We can easily find the word Amaru that goes back before Amerigo Vespucci even got here.
I'm already looking up Amaru. Amaru is in the Middle East. It's in the Mesopotamia area. It's in like I'm looking up. I got AMURRU, right? Correct.
It's AMARU. Or it could be spelled AMURA. Like remember the vowels are interchangeable. So
All right,
you can
how you spell it? What?
Listen, AMARU. Or I'm just stick with that. Or it could be spelled AMURA.
Amaru. I don't got no Amaru can. Okay, I got the Amaru. Okay, it's a Amaru, the serpent travels up spine, teaching us how to welcome our emotions. When the serpent reaches Anaki, the eagle, at the level of the heart, there is a silent exchange of gratitude. A knock then begins to open its wings, reminding us to see things from new perspective, allowing the heart to soul. I don't know what the hell that is. It's a Amarucan, but they got Amaru the serpent. I don't know what that is, bro.
Amaru was another name for Quetzalcoatl, but Amaru is a goddess. Amaru, the word Amaru, which you get Ameri, all of that come from the word Amaru. So anytime you see the word Amaru, the word Amaru go back to put Amaru Maru. Spell Amaru and spell
Okay.
MURU. Put Amaru Maru in.
All right. Amaru, Peru.
No, not Peru, just Amaru Maru.
Yeah, that's when I put that in there. That's what pulled up.
Okay. All right. Well, if you said, then all right. Well, where did I tell you it was at? Did I
You
say
said it
Peru?
was
I said
I
Peru.
don't know what you said it was.
I said
All right,
Peru.
it's a Amaru. It's a portal or something. It's like Amaru. Amaru Maru is an abandoned stone carving in Peru near Lake Titicaca, known as the Gate of the Gods. It was discovered in the 1990s and is believed to be an abandoned Incan construction project. The flat stone is approximately 23 feet, 7.0 meters square, with a T-top A clove measuring 6 feet 6 inches. What this got to do with anything we talking about?
I just told you that's where the word America come from, brother.
But I'm trying to find out where you tying this in with America. That's what I'm
What
saying.
you mean? I don't have to tie. If you all you got to do is do further research, my dude. I
I'm
ain't gonna
doing it
sit
right
here and
now.
break it. Okay, well, it's gonna be more than just a Google search, my brother.
Oh, okay,
Now,
we got.
how far do the word
Yeah,
Amaru go back? How far do the word Amaru go back? Will
I
go
don't know,
back
brother.
before the 1500s. All right, well, if you can look and see, does it go back before the 1500s? Then that means that word was already here before, and that's where the word Amerique. The QUE is really the KI, but it's also could be the CA. So the quay makes the k sound. America. It makes the same sound, but it's just it's just spelt different
Amer.
at the
Okay,
end.
I put Ameriquay, Amariqua, Ameriquay, right?
QUE, man. Not
QUE.
QA, QUE.
I just want to say I made a couple claims. It seemed like I just brushed past. If you don't want to deal with them, that's cool
No,
too.
we just engaged in conversation. That's all. We'll get to them. So that brother right there basically saying slavery never happened. No,
For me,
whatever brother that was just talking and said I made a couple claims.
well,
No,
I ain't seen slavery really happen.
hold on.
I'm sorry.
I made a couple claims about the pyramids, the mummies, the science. That's what I was talking about.
Okay, yeah, we'll touch on that because I need to figure out where all these animals at that are native to Africa and America.
Hey, I got a source for that too, bro. I got a book for that.
Hey, are we gonna deal with animals next? Are we clear on America?
Hey, brother, we can go back to that word America, man. I got a source for that. So
because the word America is right here is Italian or German, so it's like
no, it's not. The prefix AME is not is not indigenous to Italy. His name was Alberico. Now, I'm telling you.
I mean, my brother, I put in Ameriquay, how y'all told me to spell it, and it's like give me images of Ameriquay. It's a one of them is a boutique, and then the only thing I see right here with Ameriquay is like the only thing came close is Amharic language, and it's in Africa.
Bro,
it's an
what did they
Ethiopian.
just say?
Language.
Okay, what did the guy just say with
Man, what this screen sharing and show the sources that they move on? Like let's just hit these claims and move on.
Yeah. I mean, we can come back to this. Go ahead and let the brother answer his claims. I mean, if you want me, I'll pull up my source.
Whoever, just drop your sources.
All right. So hippopotamus, the hippopotamus is native to Africa, right? And the Egyptians in Northeast Africa they were familiar with it. So where are these hippopotamus in North and South America? And please don't use the ones that Pablo Escobar used and brought over here from Africa. I want some native Africa. I should see some ancient art with hippos on it, bones, remains. I should be able to see.
Why do we have to prove that?
I found it.
Well, what they got to do with America? What the fuck a hippo got to do with America?
Yeah, I mean,
it has everything to do with it. If you're saying that Egypt is in America and the Nile,
we're not saying that.
Hold on, you mixing somebody else's claims with another brother claims. This Aboriginal power speaking, brother. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Let me stop sharing my stream so I can see. Who was I just talking to?
Aboriginal power.
Before that, the brother said,
"That's me."
I'm talking to this woman.
Oh, okay.
Right. I found it, but it's the English translation of Ameriquay, but it says it's French though. Ameriquay is the French, is how they say America in French.
Okay. Now do we go back to the mountain regions in which the source lies in the one you pulled up, which said that someone said his name was Alberico. Now, like I told you, the word Amir come from Amar, which is come from Amaru. Now, Ka means land. Ka is key, like Tariq Key or Masul Key. The key means land, bro, and the key is a Sumerian term. The word Peru was called Kuga Key. It was called Tin Land. Okay, over in the same regions where we talking about the Amaru.
I just want to kill the whole narrative that ain't no Africans come over here. They ain't give us no.
I mean, we can stick to that.
None of that shit. I just want to make sure that's very clear.
Okay, so are you saying the slave trade never happened? Correct?
No, it happened, but it just didn't happen the way they tell you. It just ain't involved the people that they
That's a whole other bill, my brother.
So were they getting Africans from the west coast of Africa and then selling them into the Caribbean, Circum-Caribbean, North America, Central America, and South America?
Absolutely not.
All right.
So hold on. I got two people with two eyewitness accounts that I would like y'all to contest. One is y'all probably seen it, which is based on a true story. Y'all seen it in the movie. His name is Senke, and he was on the ship Amistad, which he fought for his freedom, and they got sailed back, based on a true story. So I know what I don't know. I mean,
All right, so that's all right. Put
hold on. Let me
Amistad on
finish.
one side.
Can I
Put,
finish?
hey,
Bro? Can I?
bro, you ain't gotta
Bro,
be
can I
yelling, my
finish?
dude. Just put
I
Amistad
know,
on
but
one side.
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
but damn,
Hey,
You
go
gotta
ahead.
yell when you talk over 'em.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
exactly. I got another guy. Not saying that I'm not saying that I believe he was a Hebrew, but I believe his story. That's Giuliano Equiano. Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Yeshua, I
That's
mean,
correct. That's
Yeshua,
correct.
yeah,
Aluda Equiano. Yep.
yeah, Ludo Aquano. So these two people, I would like for y'all, since y'all say they wasn't getting them from there. These are two eyewitness accounts that we know from history that we can look up right now, the records, to show you where they came from, where they went back. So how can you contest those two people? So are you saying they lying or what?
You want to go first on the Amistad thing, too?
Go ahead. Hey, take it how you want to. You know the two
I'm gonna
questions.
start, but they didn't go get kidnapped from Egypt. So why are you even bringing that up? We're trying to determine the location of Egypt right now, and y'all still stuck on the
Well,
etymology
nah,
of
I ain't
Egypt.
even dealing. We ain't even me personally. My conversation ain't about where Egypt at or the
No,
animals
that's
over
what
there.
our very first question was, brother, before you came on.
I mean,
You,
all right. Can we just let that question go?
Yeah, that
I
question
mean,
Yeah,
was
we
for Chief.
now we on
Everybody don't make
mandatory
that
that we
claim.
gotta keep?
now
Is
we
it
on
mandatory?
slavery.
Huh?
Now we gonna deal with slavery, the slavery
Yeah,
claim.
we can deal with slavery.
And he brought up Equiano.
Henry Equiano.
I brought up CK. I also brought up CK from the Amistad. Plus that actual court case that's documented history of them being here, the court case, and them going back to where they came from. So
You do realize that ship for Amistad was found shipwrecked, right? They was floating in the ocean, right? I mean, on the coast of the ocean. They wasn't. They was floating on the coast of the ocean. That ship is sold when you do the research on it to be coming from Cuba.
no,
Now, my question,
they
bro, I don't
actually
care
made
what
it
they.
back.
Okay, I know, bro.
They
I know the
actually made
story.
it back.
I know the story, my brother. I know.
Okay.
See, what you gotta understand. The stuff y'all saying, we already know the story. I already know the story on Amistad. We
it
deal
should
with
be
that
very
already.
easy to answer these questions.
I'm telling you, when you do the research, just like you thought Amerigo Vespucci is where the word America came from. But you gotta dig deeper than just looking online. See, these are conversations that we gotta have. We just building on these conversations. Everything you ain't gonna find,
Right.
and you ain't gonna find everything we saying to you in no
Just
Google
like,
search, bro.
yeah, it's a lot of things. Like most people didn't know, like we got the oldest mummies here. You see what I'm saying? It's just like a
I
lot of
bet, but
things that we know.
can y'all contest the court cases and Cinque and Giuliano? I mean, Olidon, however you say Equiano. Can y'all do that, please? Thank you.
I
Bro,
mean, it's some complications on that story because some people try to say he was born in Africa, but the birth certificate say he was born in North Carolina. So I mean, the story get iffy on a lot of. I mean, you got to really break it down. That's a whole nother bill when you really break it down for real, for real.
and he was a
Okay,
free man. Look,
what
Story of
about the
it.
and
Latinos? What about Latinos being sold from Spain into the Caribbeans? We got that's
Listen,
well
listen,
documented.
listen, listen. I mean, you might got a lot of motherfuckers coming and mixing and coming and whatever the case may be. They don't take away shit from the Aboriginals and their contributions and what they did here. Motherfuckers still coming here. They don't take away from shit from our culture and what we done gave to them
so
right
while he
now.
throwing all them questions, let me just ask you two questions. Let me just ask, and I'm gonna let AP go. All right, so were there black people in Central and South America and the Caribbean before any of them came here on slave trade? I mean, you guys can answer it however y'all want to.
Wait, you said were there black people here?
Yes, well, there black people already in the continent, in the
Before
Caribbean and Central and South America before 1492.
Yes, yes, of
yeah, we
course,
are.
Okay, all right. Let's stay there now.
but not
Y'all, let's wait.
primarily. But not everybody was.
But hold up. All right. So
Hey,
y'all agree. Hold up, man. Hold up. Let's stay here. So y'all agree that it was black people here already, right?
Not all of them, but yeah.
Okay, so how do you know? How do you know it wasn't all of them? And how do you know how many of them it was?
Yeah, and can you clarify what you mean, not primarily, brother? I just want to understand what you mean by that.
Because we understand when we dig up the bones and we analyze the genetics of these people, we know what skin color that they had.
And what bones are you talking about?
What is it? What's her name? Lucy, the oldest one. Luzia was black. They said she was dark skinned. Hold on.
Okay.
They said
She would have been a Negro, bro. She would have been a Negro.
Okay.
No, she would have the same morphometrics as a Negro, but she wouldn't have the same DNA. Hold on, brother. She wouldn't have the same DNA as us on the panel.
How do you know?
Have the same DNA.
How do you know she ain't got the same?
Because they did the analytics.
DNA back then. It wasn't no DNA. They compared.
But there's DNA now.
Brother, listen.
They have the technology to test the DNA. She is more related to the Pacific Islanders. Hold on, brother.
Hey man, you gotta let the brother finish, bro. Let's have some.
I'm gonna pull the source up in a minute. I'm gonna just pull the source,
and I'm gonna pull the genetics up.
Okay, I'm gonna pull the source up right now. I'm gonna pull the source.
She doesn't have the same.
All right,
hold on. She doesn't have the same genetics as you and I. She doesn't.
Okay,
I'm just telling you that.
Okay.
And then
I would like to also point out that spitting in the tube is super pseudo. It's not going to get you in any tribe in Africa or any Native American tribe.
What you can do is what you call genetic barcoding. What you can do is called genetic barcoding, where you can line up.
We're not about to have a whole conversation just on genetics. Because there's other shit we want to get to.
No, we can.
When you go to the actual reports of who they was testing not our people in those local areas. They wasn't testing the indigenous people in that area. They was testing the so-called the East Asian, the people that you call Mexican, or the people that you see in Guatemala today. That's portrayed is who they was testing. They was not for testing the indigenous people there.
But Luzia
also they're not using DNA.
DNA matches up with those people. That's what I'm trying to tell you. She just had
That's not true at all, brother. They don't have no 12,000-year-old DNA. First off, second off, brother, they're matching up Luzia. They identify her by craniology. If you haven't seen the video, we might have to play the video.
That's a fact. They did it by craniology.
They matched her up by craniology. And they said this is a Negro face, but what they like to do is once again is rationalize dumb shit and push us away from this land. Okay, we are indigenous. We are the Aborigines of this land.
Hey, brother, can I share my screen? Is it okay if I can share my screen? I can pull that source up real quick.
Yeah, you can share your screen. Hold on.
I can't wait to.
Where's that?
Hey, I'll say, I ain't gonna lie though. If any of y'all wanna
right now, because y'all just talking to find out who the smartest. What's the question on the table? Right?
We talking about they identify Luzia by craniology, not by DNA.
God damn! Damn.
I'm here. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, if anybody wanna, I take that slavery debate any day. I take that slavery debate any day.
Look, yeah, Lucia's of D1A. That's her mitochondrial DNA, and she has the same DNA as Lagoa Santa individuals, modern day Lagoa Santa individuals. So why is her DNA matching up with them? See, y'all going off of phenotype alone. Phenotype don't really tell you that much. You got to go into genetic barcoding and compare the DNA that way. And we look at DNA differences. That's what makes us the same. So me and King Self might be E1, B1A, and they determine that by our DNA differences and our SNPs. So once they look at that and analyze that, they say, okay, we're genetically similar. We descend from a most recent common ancestor. Y'all don't descend from the same ancestor as Lucia. Y'all don't, because y'all probably don't have the same DNA.
The common ancestor, Lucy. Is that what you're talking about?
Lucia.
Is that the common ancestor of humans?
No. That's Lucy. I'm not talking about Lucy.
Okay, appreciate it.
Which Lucy is not a common ancestor of humans. She's an ape. She's a southern ape, Australopithecus. She's an ape. So she's not a human. Anything with Homo in is a human. Anything with astrolo is an eighth. But that's beside the point. My point is, when we look into the DNA and not just look at morphometrics and phenotypic range on how these people look or how these bones look, the DNA doesn't match. That's all I want to bring out, man. And you can't just ignore that because it's not in favor of your doctrine. That's called special pleading. That's a fallacy. When you ignore things that contradict your doctrine or your belief.
Where are you reading that source from?
I got that straight from Wikipedia.
Oh, all right, now Wikipedia ain't no source, my dude, especially when you're dealing with anthropology, my dude. So we don't. I got 2 articles pulled up right here. Hold on. And look, let me just tell y'all this right here. Right? Yo, do not be on no Wikipedia doing no research trying to regurgitate.
No. I'm not doing. I'm not doing.
You get pulled up. Listen. They haven't done a DNA. They haven't done.
Yes, they have, brother.
Okay, you get pulled it up from Wikipedia.
No. That's because that's the first thing.
Do you know? All right, let me ask you a question. Do you know that they found 81 skulls? They ain't just found one. They found 81 skulls. Are you aware of that? You're not aware of that. They found 39 male or 39 female and 42 male or 42 female. Now I got the article right here. And they haven't even tested her with the population of people in Brazil. You understand what I'm saying? And understand this too, right? I'm just going to tell you this as a nutritionist, right? Your DNA is going to change according to your diet and the nutrients that you.
Man, stop. Come on, man. That's pseudo.
Bro, that's what said. How is that pseudo?
Pseudo, bro.
All right, so look. So let me ask you a question. Hold up, can I ask you a question?
We're not dealing with the errors. We're not dealing with the errors of the DNA test.
Come on, man. Why y'all keep doing it, bro? Let me ask you a
question.
No, stop, bro. I'm trying to ask something, man. Come on, tonight.
I can't yell right now, y'all. So let me just ask the question when I'm asking.
No, I'm trying to ask you the question, bro. You gonna ask me a question? I ain't even saying nothing.
Ask the question. What?
You just said that what you eat, because you're a nutritionist, has the power to change your DNA. Bro,
I didn't never say that. I didn't never say I had the power to.
Bro.
No, I did. Hey, brother, listen. What we not going to do is play. You said, if I said I didn't say something, we grown motherfucking men. Like, you sound like some girly shit over here.
Oh, did this man not just say that, bro?
All right, no. Fuck what you think I said. Let me say it out. Let me say it for
myself. All right, say it again.
I said what changes your DNA is your nutrition. Now, understand what I mean by this.
Pseudo. Okay? You just said the same thing.
All right, so let me clarify what I'm saying.
You just said what you eat.
Listen, we done beat this DNA shit up so bad by showing that error. Then we start. All right, go ahead.
AP, hold on. So let me ask you a question, right? Can we not test a monkey or ape DNA with a human? Can we not get almost over a 90% correlation from a ape and a human, right?
Bro, what they got to do with what you eat?
I'm asking you a question.
Bro, what they got to do?
Yes,
no. Changing your DNA.
All right, so you said how comparative it compare? I mean, how are the DNA comparative from a ape and a human? What is the percentage? What is
like 88%? Hold on, it's like 88%. That 98% stuff is outdated back in 2004.
Okay, so
but hold on, it's like 88%. Bro, you like 88% with fruit flies.
You're saying like.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Hey, brother.
So out of that 88%, what do you think are the similarities to human beings? What do you think? What do you think that?
Humans are like 99.3 or 0.4 or something.
Okay, so now look. So all right, okay. So what would be the percentage that if I test somebody from India and test somebody from Africa, well, they would be like 99% exact DNA, but it would just be a 1% differentiate, right? It would be like it would be a small percentage that would be different. That would be different, right?
Yeah, but that small percentage.
So what do you
is
think
like
that
3 billion letters. Hold on, bro.
No,
But when we talking genetics, that's like 3 billion letters in genetic code.
Okay.
So that's a
what do you
huge
think that
difference.
small percent will equate to?
Yes.
It would equate. Look, it would equate to the chemical that make your hair the way the texture it is. It would equate to your height. It would equate to the size of your body. But what would be similar will be your genetic pattern. You got 2 arms. You got 2 hands with 5 fingers. You got 2 feet with 5 toes on it. So what I'm trying to tell you is that the nutrients is what that small 1% is dealing with nutrients, not just nutrients. It's also dealing with, like I said, with height differentiate. Like maybe you might have a bigger head. Like it's a bunch of different things that would be different from each human being to another human being. So what I'm telling you is the minerals in the ground is the physical composition of your body. So some lands might have more selenium. Some lands might have more manganese. Some lands might have more gold. Some land, the macronutrients. Do you understand what I'm telling you? So when these people talking about DNA, they will tell their goddamn self that every human being on the planet is 99.99% genetically similar, and that's from a white man, a Chinese man, Asian man, whatever. If you was to test the African with any of these people, they would be 99.9% accurate. The only thing that would change is maybe some of the conditions that they live in. If they live in hotter conditions, if they live in a colder climate, if they live in a climate where it's a higher, where you know what I'm saying, where they gotta use more oxygen. So it would differentiate by the area and, like I said, the geographical location. But also what would differentiate is food. We don't eat the same goddamn food Africans eat. And our soil is totally different. So when you talking DNA, you can't take the pros of DNA. You have to put the cons out there. And some of the cons that's with DNA is other geneticists that's qualified as a geneticist that you might be pro with are saying that they cannot test any human being and come up with genetic similarity. They saying that the haplogroups is a difference in environment and a difference in nutrients. So I mean, with that, I'll mute my mic, my brother.
All right, let me say this on that.
Sure.
When you dealing with DNA, these different mutations, SNPs that make everyone unique or particular, they get that from their fathers and mothers, and their mothers and fathers get it from their fathers and mothers. So we're able to trace a lineage and pedigree. What I'm telling you is Lucia doesn't have the same pedigree. We know that through her DNA, especially if she got a D, because if she's got a D, that means she got ancestry in Japan or China or somewhere. You understand? Unless you're saying you got that same ancestry and those are your ancient relatives, then this will be a different group of people producing another group of people that have nothing to do with
you. But that source is not accurate because you got it from Wikipedia. Now you got to pull up another source that's saying Lucia has D in her. We can't even pass D because you looked at Wikipedia. So we ain't past that because you got to pull up a scientific journal that's saying Lucia has a haplogroup.
Yeah, scientific journal.
Let's get to this though. Well, everything this is based off of the out of Africa hypothesis.
Don't let him get out of that one. But go ahead.
He's never gonna get out of this one. Trust me. The out of Africa hypothesis, right? So we know that that's a part of the eugenic, Darwinist, Zionist, Jewish remix, right? So, so I just got a question for y'all. Who are you matching your DNA up with in Africa? What ancient people are you matching your DNA up with in Africa?
Mine was matched up with Burundi, but I'm not a DNA fan.
I don't fuck with DNA, but it's always interesting how they like Lucy got this, but what about Lucy? What's her DNA?
The people
See
from
what I'm
West
saying?
Africa has E1B1A.
All right, well, I'm gonna ask you this then, brother. Do you have a 10,000 BC skull in Africa or skeletons in Africa that you are identifying yourself with, brother? Because craniology is how they identify people, not DNA. Let's be clear on this.
That's
DNA
a
is
lie,
pseudo.
bro. That's a
I
lie.
got you.
They do
DNA is pseudo,
identify
bro. So I'm
people
not
with
gonna even discuss
DNA.
DNA. Grown people don't discuss DNA, brother.
Yeah,
I don't
What?
discuss
Grown
DNA.
people?
We
Every
discuss
point
bones that's in the ground.
discuss.
We
Man, you
discuss
hear this
bones in the ground,
dude,
brother.
man?
Hey, brother, we discuss
You hear
bones
this
that's in the
dude?
ground.
okay, and when they get
That we
bones
can
in the
People
prove.
that
I
been
can
ground,
prove the
released out
bones in
of
the ground.
prison on
Do
DNA.
you
He
have a
say grown people.
10,000 BC
On this
bones
dude,
that you
man.
identify yourself with? Sir,
brother,
do
they
you
got
have a 10,000 BC
15,000-year-old
skull in
bones in
Africa, sir?
Morocco. They got 15,000-year-old
No,
bones
no,
in
they don't.
Morocco.
They got shards. They got shards. They don't know if it's from a
And they
leg,
extracted
a show,
DNA from
a
it,
tooth.
bro. Come on, man.
Listen,
That's
brother.
what I'm
So
saying.
so what
Y'all
you're telling me
competing
is,
on who's the
brother,
smartest
you're
instead of
making up
trying to
something.
figure out
You just identified Luzia in
uh,
America, a real
what they're
person, a
talking
real
about.
skeleton. Hold on, brother. Let me work here for a second. Now we talking about shit that we could prove. DNA, okay, you can argue with that with somebody else, but
They
I'm
found
gonna talk
Cheddar
about
Man.
this.
They
Hold on,
found
brother.
Cheddar Man's
We just
DNA,
talk.
and through his DNA, through his
No,
genetic
no, no. We're
code,
not
they
talking
knew he
about
was
Cheddar
black.
Man. We're not talking about Cheddar Man. We're talking about what
I'm just giving you more
10,000
examples.
brother. What 10,000 BC skull do you identify with in Africa? That's my question to all of y'all.
Identify with? What do you mean identify with?
We
Listen,
identify with the skulls and the skeletons that are in the ground in America. What skulls and skeletons do you identify yourself with in Africa? That's all I'm asking.
well, you got those bones that you don't want to touch on in Morocco.
Those aren't bones. Those are shards. They said it was 40,000 years. Now they're saying they 320,000 years. Some shards, brother. Keep going.
No, we're not talking
I
about
need
the
a skeleton that we can
bones. You
create
said
a
no. We're
human
talking about
being, sir.
15,000 years ago, bro.
What? Excuse me?
15,000. Those bones that were found in Morocco 15,000 years ago. Let me see if I can find an article.
Dude. Oh, bro, they changed it from 40,000. Now they're saying that those shards that they found that fit in the shoebox are 320,000 years old. Now they're trying to say that these were possibly the oldest where humans came from is from Morocco, sir. This is just one theory, but it
No, no,
goes
no,
with the
no,
out
no,
of
no, no.
Africa hypothesis, sir.
We're talking about.
I'm
I'm talking
asking
about
you. I
no,
got you.
let me tell you what I'm
Sir,
talking about, though.
Can we
Hold on,
reconstruct your ancestor in Africa? That's all I'm asking. Can we?
Hold on, listen. First of all, I'm not, listen, brother. I'm talking about the Ibero-Maurusians. I'm talking about the bones from the Ibero-Maurusians, and I believe they connected those people to the North African. It had, when they did the DNA, it had North African, Sub-Saharan African, and they matched it to the ancient Near East. When they did the DNA, I'm going off of memory. So that's about 15,000 years ago, which matches what you just asked for, right?
So you're saying is they have a reconstructed 10,000 BCO skull in Africa that you identify with. That's what you're saying?
I'm talking about the oldest.
Well, we got hundreds of thousands of bones, our ancestors in the ground, right in America, what you're standing on.
All right.
And you're going to give us the Jewish story, sir.
I'm just going to
source. That's what we're saying? That's what you're doing.
All I'm going to do is source up, brother. I'm just going to share my screen.
We got Luzia. I got more than Luzia, but let's stay with her. Her skeleton is Negro. I'm asking you to give me a name of a bone of a human being in Africa, not some people.
Now we're going to do the source. Let me just go to the source. This is for the Ibero-Maurusians. This is the source over here, bro. We don't just tell stories and rhetoric. Okay. So the oldest human DNA from Africa reveals clues about a mysterious ancient culture. Burials from a cave in Morocco yielded the oldest human DNA evidence yet from Africa, offering new insights into Stone Age migration. The DNA samples come from one of the most ancient cemeteries in the world, the Grottes de Pigeons, near the village of Tafara in northeast Morocco. Beginning around 15,000 years ago, a culture of hunter-gatherers buried their dead with animal horns and other adornments inside this cave. Though burials were found recently as 2006, archaeologists have been excavating the cave since 1940s. So this is evident, bro. You can't get around it. And then when did people start going to America in the first place? According to secular sources, they started coming around here around 15,000 years ago. Am I correct? Yes.
Nope. We got cities in North Carolina that go back 50,000 years. Plus, we also got bones in California that go back 130 years. Plus, we also got accounts from other anthropologists where they saying they found bones and found activity, human activity that go back up to 300 million years in the Americas.
Okay, can I get a credible source on one of those claims? The Carolina thing. Let's deal with that.
See, but Lucy's source is credible, but somebody else's source that won't be credible.
I'm asking for a source. That's all I'm asking for.
I'm only gonna stick with Lucia. I'm only with Lucia. You gave us a. I know what you're talking about. The bone shards. Like I said, there's no skeleton remains of a people that you can reconstruct in Africa that you can identify with. And I know about the Hoffman skull. I'll give you that one. You don't know about that one.
Look at the stream. Look at the stream. Here's one of the skeletal fragments on the stream. You see that? That's a jaw. They were able to extract DNA from the skeletal remains, right? And they was able to sequence it, right?
Bro, I'm not speaking on DNA, fam. I said
that's how like you said they identify people just by bones. No, they don't. They identify people with DNA because
we talk about Lucia. We're talking about Lucia. You're talking about DNA. I'm not talking about DNA. I'm going back to Lucia, brother.
But you made the claim.
This is not. I asked for a person.
So, man, these dudes.
This your people. So your DNA matched him. Hold on, your shoe. Your DNA.
Hold on, brother. I gotta mute you because hold on, King Self. Yeah, you can go to source in a minute. But the brother stated that they do not identify people by DNA. They do it just by bones. And I'm showing you emphatically that's untrue. That's untrue. They use DNA to see who they descend from. And once you have established common ancestry and established what haplogroup they came from, you say, okay, these people are the same. You all come from haplogroup E. That means you descend from one male ancestor and so on and so forth. That's how they do it. So that's why we went through this whole rigmarole of going to Morocco and establishing that fact. That's why. All right, brother, you unmuted, man.
I mean, bro, look, we're dealing with America, right? And so what we're saying is that we went through the Egyptian culture. We're trying to deal with America. I want to deal with the Aborigine. I want to deal with copper color, because when they were discriminating against us here in America, and you're right, and they had colored on the wall, those are for our ancestors. And according to law, right, international as well as national law, that would mean that you would be a part of the Aborigine, the indigenous people of this land, brother. So we have been duped, okay, by the Zionist Jews that who have taught us this bullshit, that we come from another place and they can't prove. They always trying to put a square peg in a round hole, bro. And then they trying to use DNA. It's like, you know how like people be tracing their lineage back, like these guys, Garfield them. Then they'll get to a certain place and they'll take a DNA test and then say, okay, well, my DNA test said I was over here in Africa. But once again, that goes with the out of Africa hypotheses, brother. The theory of evolution. That's all. That's a part of what we're talking about, them remixing facts and reality. That's what we're saying. They're remixing reality. And that's what that's what we're here to build.
Are you an evolutionist, Joshua?
Not at all. I'm not.
I said, Joshua, are you an evolutionist?
I don't believe that every organism on the earth has common ancestry. Do I believe in evolution? Yes, because change does happen.
About as far as like a evolution forest, where Cambrian explosion proves that everything was created simultaneously and then changed a little bit over time.
Man, that's some
yeah. Well, I don't believe I don't believe that we all come from a single cell organism. Is what I'm telling you.
But then the Cambrian explosion debunks the evolution anyways, because evolution is animals gradually changing and developing over time, or what they call evolving over time. But the Cambrian explosion literally tells you they pop out of nowhere. You see what I'm saying? So that takes away from the evolution. And I think 62% of the animals that pop up during that period is still around today.
That's true, and I agree. But I believe in speciation, which is evolution. Just on the mic.
I got that source up here, fellas.
Yeah. I put it up there for you.
So I just want to point out once again that evolution, and I'm glad that you say that you do believe in evolution, because a lot of Pan-Africans don't believe in the evolution part, but they believe in the out of Africa part. and DNA, which is a part of evolution, right? So it's all a part of a social political construct, brothers. So they're using these haplo and all these other dumb shit. Like I said, that is not admissible in anything legal. It's not admissible in anything scientific. And for scholars, it shouldn't even be brought up. So my point is, right, that the system and the things that you're teaching us comes from the general education Zionist Jewish people. And unfortunately, they hit the not only school systems, but they also hit the spiritual systems. Okay, we have to account for that. So when you're talking and saying stuff out your mouth, who are you working for? Whether you're working for them subconsciously or consciously, you're working for your enemy. Okay, this is what
Well,
you're doing.
I'm working for my ancestors, and they put in a book called Sirach, "Be ye not ignorant of anything, small or great." So I don't push ignorance. DNA is an adequate science to identify people because it lines up our genetic code and see where we differ.
Is
Can I
crani
please pull that
so
source up real quick, man?
so
Please.
let me ask you another question. Is craniology adequate as well?
It's adequate when we're talking about bone structures, but it doesn't tell you who that person was. Because just like Lucia, she can have the same morphometrics as a sub-Saharan African, but have different DNA. The same
So
thing.
what I'm saying is, let me rephrase that question. Have they not used craniology to identify the ethnicity of a bone or the species of that particular bone?
Yes, they have in the past, but that's antiquated.
So you saying when you say that in the past, mean what do you mean in the past? 1800s,
Yeah,
1900s,
19th
2000s?
century. Yeah,
So
19th.
so they haven't used them in the 2000s at all? Is that what you're telling me, brother?
I haven't seen it. If you can show me that, I haven't seen it. If they can't
Yeah,
get
I
in,
just want to say don't say it as if it's a fact, because I would say that's disingenuous. Of course, they have used it in the 2000s. Absolutely, sir.
well, I would say they're using
So,
antiquated, outdated science because
They use it
that
in
came from
criminology.
but what makes it outdated? With the
Craniology
accuracy.
went out with Carl von Linnaeus, man. Carl von Linnaeus,
Let
it
me
went out.
let me let
Craniology
me
went straight out with him.
let me ask you this: what would make it outdated? Is the accuracy making it outdated? Can we compare the
Yes,
accuracy?
because if I give you a
We have
Melanesian
a
bone,
cat. We have CAT scans. We have X-rays. We have all that. What we need craniology for?
hold on, brother King. So
It's more manual. That's what you're saying, right? It's more manual work.
hold on, listen. If you get a Melanesian and you get his bones might have the same morphometrics as a sub-Saharan African, but his DNA is going to be Southeast Asian, right? He's going to either have a C or he's going to have an O, male haplo or paternal haplogroup. Sub-Saharan Africans primarily have E haplogroup.
Well, I don't necessarily agree with that, but the brother just had a conversation about that. And you know, as well as I know, that when they're doing this, they're doing a conglomerate of a combination of genomes, and then they sourcing it with millions of places, and then out of this you get thousands of errors. That's like how you see the twins that had different DNA tests come back with different results, and then people go back and get different results from different DNA tests. It's based off of the sequences of what they're doing. It shows the errors. It has a lot of flaws, meaning the accuracy of it is at an all-time low. So I'm just saying I don't want to have a conversation about DNA because that's not my thing. I want to deal with the archaeology and the science.
Let me ask you
Well,
this.
I just want to ask him, does he know? Do
Hold on, real
you know
quick.
the accuracy of DNA testing, brother? Genetic DNA.
We'll
Go ahead,
touch
brother.
on that. I want to say this. If I pulled a picture up of an Andaman Islander, are you saying they are the same as you?
I just told you 99.9% of the same people around the world got the same similar genetics as you. So we'll be 99.9 genetic similar. What are you talking about? So that means we will be the same. So when you're dealing with haplogroups, you are dealing with eugenics. Now look, check this out. Can I please just show the source about the 50,000-year-old human remains found that was found?
You got that screen share on?
I mean, I believe
that's
so.
the screen right there.
And then we're gonna get into these horses and shit too.
All right.
Wait,
Okay.
ain't that your screen up there?
Yeah. Okay. That's my screen there. Okay. All right. Look. So this is coming out of a source from 2015, Science Daily. Okay. Now it says new
No, it's
evidence put.
2004, brother.
Brother, listen. I'm reading at the top of the corner, brother. Do you see right here at the top, right here?
Yeah, but scroll down. That's when you,
brother. All right, brother. It's not a debate, my dude. Let me get to what I'm trying to explain.
I'm not debating you, but
I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you when to find. I'm telling you the date of the article, my brother.
The date of the article is November.
Brother, I just told you,
They don't want us to know that date, Jasu.
I didn't even get down to. I didn't even get a chance to get down. You laughing like this is not a shit show, bro. Let me read my source. Let me read my source without you stopping me, bro. That's it. Okay. All right. So the Science Daily. So right here, it says new evidence put man in North America 50,000 years ago. Now, what you was reading was date. It say November 18, 2004, University of South Carolina. It's saying radiocarbon test, carbonized plant remains were artifacts were unearthed last May along the Savannah River in Allendale County by University of South Carolina archaeologist Dr. Albert Goodyear. Now, if you want to do some research, you got to look at the person who found Albert Goodyear and see what his credibility is, right? Now, say indicates that the settlements containing these artifacts are at least 50,000 years old, meaning that humans inhabited North America long before the last ice age. Okay, so do we want to go? Do we need to go into the Luzia article? Because I got that pulled up too.
No, we got read on to the abstract, please.
Read on to the abstract. You want me to go down here? Okay. I'm not reading the whole article, so I'm gonna just read these three paragraphs. Radiocarbon test. Well, I just read. It say the findings are significant because they suggest that humans inhabited North America well before the last ice age, more than 20,000 years ago. Potentially explosive revelation in American archaeology. So we need to go. I mean, well, what more you need to see? You need to see some more.
I'm trying to see where is the what's the actual evidence they drawing from? Did they find tools? Did they find human remains? Skeletal remains? What is it that they saying as old as 50,000 years old are buried in that strata? What was it that made them say this?
Hey, Joshua, they found nothing but human activity, right? They could have been archaic humans, anything. You know what I'm saying? They just found what the basic humans
Let me
do.
get
Can I speak on what you just said, brother?
My brother, you gotta go now. You got a source. Now you go back. I'm not here to debate everything we pull up. I'm showing you a source. If you want me to drop the source in the back chat, I drop it in there, and you can do your research on it. Okay, we're not here to just stop and debate everything, bro. Because you just try to make some clown argument like it's say 2004. That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant to the findings.
That is very relevant because
brother, you just pulled up a Wikipedia source of
I didn't pull the Wikipedia. Hold on,
you didn't. Okay, well you actually didn't pull.
Hold on. I typed in Luzia and I saw.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with Wikipedia though, because they have sources. They could abstract their source from.
So let's agree that is what we call searching. You did not research nothing. You searched and you found the answer. That's not how we do research. We don't do research around here,
brother. I don't research all the time. You
okay, well, so research is it. Okay, so I mean, listen, I don't have to do nothing. You say if you do research, you should have never gave me no Wikipedia link, bro.
Well, if you
never,
understand,
brother, you should have never.
Hold on, brother.
Wikipedia is null and void. Any scholarship, any scholarship, Wikipedia is not qualified. Yo, you can't even present no Wikipedia.
All right, I got you.
Hold on.
Got you. Now, like I said, man, you don't even understand research methodology. You can't tell me what they found in the ground to dictate that humans were there 50,000 years ago. So
Bro, you gotta search the you gotta do the research
you
on
making
it.
an argument. Can you
Bro,
show me?
I just showed and proved an article. I don't have to go all into all of that, bro. You gonna debate it on spike. You just said we didn't have
They
nothing to
said
present
human
that.
activity, bro. That means like
Hold
they
on.
found plenty. They ain't found no
brother,
fossils. They ain't found no nothing, bro. They found
you
human
the one.
activity.
Okay,
Hold on, wait.
okay. All right, no problem.
Bones is
No
one of the
problem.
least
Hey,
found
brother.
things when trying
No
to
problem.
describe and prove that
Brother.
that a group of people or civilization is there. Bones is one of the least likely things to be used. So I'm just saying though, when you're looking at peer review reports, they dealing with the activity, the archaeology, things stimulating those two activities that humans can only do. That's one of the ways. There's other ways, but bones is one of the least likely ways that they use that. I just want to make that very clear.
I
agree with
just
you,
want to
brother.
ask a
But they
question so we
said
won't go
human
back and forth.
activity. They found no fossils, so that it could be
Right,
any
I
human,
understand that.
Okay,
anything
so
with
you say, hey
homos,
brother, you said it was
anything
archaic
with
humans, right?
homo in it, like Joshua said, homo. We know it was no
I got you.
Australopithecus.
Hey
I'm
brother,
not reading it. I'm
hey
not
brother,
reading that
did you say
particular
archaic
article,
though?
but huh?
Yeah,
That's why I
and
was
they
asking
most
about
likely said
archaic humans.
it's the Neanderthal. They most likely
Wait a
said the
minute.
Neanderthal according to that
So,
article, but they ain't found no other fossils to say that it's absolute come up with a real conclusion. They ain't found no Neanderthal over in the Americas. They ain't found no
so did they have
Damascus, no nothing.
did they have archaic human beings, brother?
They said human activities.
I got you. So you just so if that means that some people was there during this time period, right?
No, that
Yeah,
means
according to
speculated.
what they found like a little pot, sort of
Hey,
pottery
let me
type
ask you a question though.
thing.
Was
I
It
anatomically
mean,
was it
correct
was
humans on the
very
planet
it's just like
'50,000
arcade. It was
brothers?
very
Was
arcade,
anatomically
and they
correct
found
humans
like
on
a
the
little
planet
plant,
50,000 years
right?
ago?
They found some
it's
plants. It
just
was
like
very
the last.
arcade. But
It's
if
just like
that's all that the Americans got to go off of, that's fucked
oh,
up.
man.
Hey man, let me
Nah,
ask
that ain't it, brother.
let me ask this, man. The history that we have on the interaction in the so-called Middle East, dealing with those civilizations over there, and their writings concerning their interactions with people in Africa and in so-called Egypt during those time periods, going all the way back to BC time. Are you saying that these things are inaccurate and these things was made up by the Europeans?
I mean, as far as the date, right? Let me just say this, right? What we gotta understand is this, right? All right, the Gregorian calendar only go back to like 1570, 1580, right? AD and BC was created by Dionysius around 1600, around that time. So we don't know actually how old any of this stuff is, to just fucking tell the truth. And as far as we going off of Europeans or whatever, they don't know. So what I'm saying is when we doing this research, we gotta cross-reference stuff, bro. I don't just pull up no one article. I mean, we got other things that would lead us to make the assumption that these people who's supposed to be the experts are not the experts because they can't agree on everything.
Right. So let me give you an example, right? So you have the Moabite stone that talks about an invasion, and it makes reference to the house of David on its stone, and it also talks about the Egyptians as well. So this stone, whether they got the date accurate or not, is making mention of these civilizations around them that they were interacting with. Because if we go with the narrative of what you brothers are saying, they didn't have those interactions. But we have archaeology that says different. So it's not us who you're arguing
So
with.
what archaeology is you saying that's different?
I just gave you the Moabite stone.
You said, okay, how old is the Moabite stone?
We can pull it up. Pull it up.
Hey, brother.
And what is the Moabite stone supposed to prove? I just want to know before we even pull it up and we just start.
And then also 2000 or 100 BC with the people that's in northern Africa, where they had considered themselves Egyptians, brothers.
No, that's a name that was placed on them.
Okay, so with the Romans or the Greeks who went into there, would they had literally called them Egyptians?
Yes, it's in their records.
Yeah, that's what they call them, bro. But that ain't the point, man.
They wouldn't deal. They would.
It's similar
You
records
never heard of
over in the
different tribes.
old world.
You never heard of
It's
different
similar
tribes,
records in
right?
the old world, man.
You never heard of different tribes. They would literally call themselves these Europeanized new terms that's 2,000 years new. Is that what what y'all saying? Y'all are using the Bible as the baseline of your
Bro,
of your.
No, we
Do
use
you
the
understand
message
that?
telly. The message telly is not the
I haven't
Bible.
seen anything. I haven't heard anything else other than your conversation. All your conversations come from the Zionist Jew, brother. I
Hey,
need
let
you to
me ask
understand
him
it.
a question. Are y'all
Everything y'all
using
come
the
out your
Bible
mouth is
though?
coming from them.
Wait, hold
Are
on.
y'all using?
I want to see the
Listen,
Aboriginal
before we,
sources and research and
bro, you talking about
researches and
Aboriginal means
methodology
first.
since everything
Aboriginal
come from
means
the
the first
Zionists. So
inhabitants, brother.
where is y'all black Aboriginal research at? I'm talking about real research, what y'all do the digging and all that. Y'all don't have one. That means you just making shit up to me.
Well, I
Me
tell you this. I
personally.
tell you this. We interviewed Dr. David Imhotep twice, right? Just as a source, and this is going to be our reference point, right? Because he has the first ancient African
So here
PhD.
archaeology. What is his
Oh,
It's
brother,
not
research? He's just a
archaeology.
Research
researcher
we
on
like
can
the
pull up
me.
other
Moabite.
He's just a
archaeologies for you.
researcher like
We
me,
got
right?
plenty of
The
archaeologists for you,
Moabite
brother.
stone. The Moabite
No,
stone date back to.
is he a researcher just
Hold up,
like me?
hold up.
Yeah.
The Moabite stone dates back to uh
The 9th century.
850 BCE.
Okay, well, we just said ain't no BC, 1600s. So,
I want to
is
see
that
David Imhotep
so? How
research.
old is that? So, how
I
old
want
is
to see
that?
his research journal that he published his findings,
All right, so
Okay,
how
what
old
about
is
Dr.
that?
his
Clyde Winter? What
archaeology
about Dr. Clyde
findings.
Winter? I
How
mean,
old is that
we
find
talk
that you just
about
found?
you need PhDs, right? So you got one who has an ancient African. He has the first ancient African PhD, right? And that means that in ancient African studies, he would be the Don Dada because he has the first, correct? So if we're going to talk credentials. And from his studies, he said, yeah, Africa's motherland. But in our interview, he said, America's grandma, bro. This great grandma. According to the science that's being hidden by these crackers that you caping for, fam.
Wait, but now we
You're
can't
never
trust
going
the
to get around
crackers.
this. And
I'm
you niggas caping
confused.
for these crackers later, I'm going to tear y'all ass up. I
I'm
promise y'all I'm going to
confused.
tear
But
y'all ass up.
whoa. Where are you
I'm
getting
going
your
to let y'all
sources
have it, bro.
from? Where you that
Bro,
source from science daily
listen,
is from crackers.
we ancient people. You need the cracker to tell you who you are, brother?
Listen, you
You need
just
a book. You
showed
need
me
a
a
book that's written by
source.
them to tell you who you are.
You just
Or do
showed
you
me a
know?
source. Hold on.
I'm just tapped in, fam. Tap
You
in.
tapped into what? You said first you condemning us for
The
using
source.
crackers.
We
Your word.
home. We home, bro. You need to tap into home.
Oh, can you let
Get
people
these
talk?
crackers off your
No,
dome.
bro, can you
Hey,
let
Chief.
people
If you can
talk?
provide me a source that doesn't come from them, then I'll be like, okay, I understand
No,
that. But
can you let people
right
finish
now,
their
you only can give
talk?
me a source that comes from our open enemy.
Bro, can you
Listen.
let people
Let's
finish their
let's have
talk,
some
bro?
order, man. Let's
Can you
have some order.
stop?
You're gonna tell me that DNA is less
Hold up,
than
brother. I don't want to
1%
mute you,
accurate,
brother.
brother.
I don't want to mute you, brother. But hold up
Chief,
a second,
Chief,
I'll
brother.
mute then. Okay, I'll
Chief,
mute.
Chief. Chill
All
out,
right,
Chief.
we're gonna have to have some order here, man. So the people that are watching can consume the information. That's I'm concerned with, brother. All right. So I pulled up the Moabite stone. I don't know if y'all seen that, right? I pulled it up. I showed you the source. I gave you the date. My question is dealing with these references. I'm not arguing about time. I'm arguing about the interaction that these people are having with ancient lands that you're claiming are in America. This is what I'm asking you, brother, directly.
Hey, that's not all of our claim, my dude. I'm not here to prove that Egypt is in America, my brother. Like, so if you want to feel as though you won
I
on
thought
that
that's
one,
what.
then
Yeah.
nah, money grip. I'm not here to prove none of that. I mean, as far as me showing you the archaeology, we can do that all day.
Oh
But
yeah.
Egypt shit is dead, man. Like, I mean, I don't know why y'all keep dwelling on that. Like, we might as well. I can show you that other authors as well as other people who done
He said the
anthropology.
Egypt shit is dead. Oh man, that was like the craziest shit ever.
Yeah, please show us
About
the
that
authors. I
interrupt.
need to see them. Hold on, Chris. I need to see these authors. Please show us these authors that say Egypt is in America, bro. Since we the stupid ones.
Asian America.
You gonna
We
say
the
you
stupid
David M. Hotep and
They said
probably Clyde Winters or some shit like that. Some blackologists.
Hey, Clyde Winters even tell you that bones don't tell you who people are. He even said that just because you have morphometrics that look similar don't mean you got the same genetic code.
So you think so? Okay, so DNA is less than 0% accurate, and you're gonna say that you're gonna
DNA.
still fight for that?
Hold on, wait a
You're
minute.
gonna still fight
DNA done
for
got
eugenics,
people out of prison, bro. What are you
Hey,
talking
nah,
brother.
I
about?
want to hear this
You're
claim on
you're
DNA
gonna
because that's
literally
what I
fight
came in for.
for the
This what I
eugenic
came in
society.
for the DNA
This is what you're
discussion.
gonna say,
This what I came in
There's
for the
no
DNA
and
Man,
you're
discussion.
gonna
what?
push Darwinism
So
because
where's
you can't have
D-Red
out of
find
Africa
these
I ain't
races,
pushing
hypothesis
no
man?
dog. Why
without
we go
DNA,
to
brother.
dog with? Why you trying to get these racist
Because
talking points, bro?
because you're pushing them. You're pushing them. You push blacks.
So
You push
you
their
want us to
talking points.
believe you
You push
because
their
you
agenda.
black? You want me to
You
believe
can
you because you black,
do you
right?
do you want me to go to your source or are we just gonna talk? Because y'all
No,
want to keep talking about our sources,
we
but
ain't trying to go
we
off this
home. We're at
DNA. I'm
home.
trying to go
We're
off the
home, dog.
DNA. You went to
So
the
every
typical
No,
Negro
DNA is
shit.
pseudo. I
You
don't
went
talk
to the
about
typical
DNA.
Negro
So
shit.
I asked
The
the
white
brother
man
what's
used
the
the
I
devil.
asked the brother what's the
Okay,
accuracy of
okay,
DNA.
okay.
It's negative.
Hold on,
It's
I
hold
agree
negative.
the white
on,
man is the devil, all right?
hold on,
But
Chief.
I want to
Chief,
go to
But
the
you
Chief,
want
hold
to
up.
push
shit.
his
I don't
rhetoric
want to
in.
talk about
Hold
racial.
on. Hold on. Time out. So look, this the thing, right? We can't understand what nobody is saying, bro. Like I'm sitting here listening, I'm trying to listen to both sides, and I can't listen to neither side because y'all both talking over each other, right? So let's get some decorum, family, so that the family that's listening in, you know what I'm saying, they can get some understanding from both sides. All right. Come on, man. We grown men.
Okay.
Let's get it right.
I
Let's
just
get
want
it
to say
together.
this, but I'm gonna leave it alone right quick. Yeah, let me say this right quick. I'm gonna leave it alone. When it comes to this, man, is this gonna be a racial talk? Is this racial? Cause the white man did a lot of shit, okay? But I'm just trying to find out is we go have a scientific talk or what? Like you know you losing when you got to say the white man did this and the white man did that. You know you losing.
Yeah, man. Again, man, my whole thing is that
It's supposed to be
you brothers are going to have to
it's
erase.
supposed to be
You
a
brothers are going
discussion.
to have to erase a lot of history in the so-called Middle East and in Africa in order for your point to be substantiated when it comes to these lands, right? So I know the brother said that he's not here to argue that, but that's what was being spoken of earlier. So
all right. So when can we
I'm
move
just
past that,
examining
brother?
the information. Hold on, I'm gonna let you in. I'm just examining the information. If we can go into the archaeology and we can look at these things. So now a brother's response is, oh, well, we don't trust the archaeology, right? When there are scientific methods to substantiate these points. And we're looking at the ruins of these lands, just like you brothers have looked at the ruins in the land in America, right? I just don't understand how you're gonna just wipe out what's going on over there and then try to superimpose this American standpoint on everything, and as if everything went from America to the East, right? So there are history and records of relationships of people in antiquity, man. One thing I'm hearing, you brothers are stuck right in the 1500s, the 1700s, the 1800s. What about before that? I yield. Go ahead.
I just told you can't give me a date before that. First of all, we don't know
Well,
what the
I
time is.
gave
I
you
just told you,
the date.
bro. I just told you if AD and BC was just created in the 1600s, then we ain't sure about none of this stuff. So you got to cross reference everything. So if you don't understand that, and we dealing with time, you don't know what calendar you're dealing with, then you ain't gonna understand what I'm talking about. So I'm telling you, as far as look, I got a couple of sources up here that talks about how different activity that left from America and went into Egypt and stuff like that. So I mean, like you gotta have the people who are opposed to that conversation for you to even understand that conversation exists. So y'all don't know it. Y'all don't know if most of these people is running around here talking about America left and went over there. I mean, it's a couple of different articles, a couple of different sources, a couple of different books that talks about this stuff. Now, if you guys want to get into that, then we can. I'm more likely to give you the books and give you the sources and everything.
Yeah, let them have the show one day, and they just source us to death. Let them have the show one day, and nobody interfere. Off this discussion, and they show us where we went wrong at, right? And they just source us to death. I want to see all these sources they claim.
So look,
you go
right,
wrong.
I want to put this out there too.
I will be tuned in with them.
Hey, look, I want to put this out there too, right?
A million questions at one time instead of asking one question, flushing it all the way out, and then moving on to the next question.
Hey, can I just say this real quick too?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I want you to understand when we doing research is also observation. So under observation, you got to ask yourself this question, right? Now on the Lucia argument, right? Because the scientists, they never tested DNA, right? First of all, they compared her. They make comparisons between Melanesians, Africans, and Australians. Now we know that Australians got strong phenotypes, right? So we know that Australians don't look exactly like Africans, right? Now we know that some of the people in the Pacific may have similar features to what we call Australians, right? But they don't look exactly like Australians. You understand what I'm saying? So now we have to say, well, what is they talking about? Because if we do the observation and look at the people of Australia, look at the people from Africa, look at the people from Melanesia, we'll come up with one determination that they are all what you consider to be Negroes, no matter how you look at it. If you look in South America or Brazil, you don't see none of the people over there have any of the facial features like Australians. Okay, but if you understand what Melanesian look like, Melanesian look just like us. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to do the observation as far as you look and do the research and see does it check out. Because understand this.
That is not true. Not all Melanesians look like us.
Brother, brother, the majority of them
Some
do,
of them
bro.
do. Some of them
The
He didn't cut you off, Craig.
Majority of Melanesians have C or O. That's what they have.
Yo, you eugenics out, ain't you, my brother? You don't believe in you as long if he don't have a DNA.
I believe in the genetic code that was put inside of your body, brother.
I just told you all DNA is 99% compatible. If you could test, if you 80%, if you 89% compatible to a goddamn 8, and you still talking about haplogroups or whatever, wouldn't that tell you that shit come from the nutrients?
No. It means that your father had a Y chromosome and his father had a Y chromosome, and we can trace it.
Hey, Joshua, check this out. That nigga believe that. Hey, Joshua, check this out. He believe that a big head European, and I got a big ass head. We the same people.
Nah,
that was skull measurements do.
The skull measurement
do. We both got big heads, so we kill each other. We came from the same descent.
Brother, the skull measurements test the facial, around the nose and the mouth area, brother. That's what they talk about, the prognosis. I can't get the word out, but when you look in the scientific journals, they use a word called prognosis or something. That's dealing with the nose and the mouth area. That's how they coming up with these determinations.
What's that on the screen,
real quick? Look at my screen real quick.
Yeah, what's that?
Study.
That's interesting.
Yeah, this is from Agência Brazil. Study dismantles the theory of the settlement of Americas. The theory according to which the Americas were originally populated by 2 migrations from Northeast Asia with a population carrying African and Australian traits and another with Amerindians similar to present-day indigenous have just been disproved.
What year is that?
Hold on, brother. 2018.
They don't think that's not their.
What year is that?
2018.
Okay.
A study based on fossil DNA has analyzed samples from the oldest skeletons found on the continent and confirms the existence of a single ancestral group for all ethnic groups in America. The discovery
including us, brother.
Listen, the discovery led to the redesign of the strikingly African-looking face of Lucia, as the school was the Paleo-American young woman found in the 1970s in Brazil is referred to. The conclusion is based on a research conducted by 72 scientists from 8 countries, including scholars from University of Sao Paulo, Harvard University, Max Planck Institute in Germany. Archaeogenetic data revealed that all population in America stem from one single group that arrived in the New World through the Bering Strait some 20,000 years ago. The DNA links this migration flow to peoples in Siberia and northern China. The results of the research was published Thursday in a scientific magazine Cell. Facial
Go ahead.
Hey, Jasoon, cut the show off. Jasoon, cut the live off, bro. It's over. They dead. They dead.
I got one for Can I counter that, brother? Can I counter that with a source?
They dead.
No, hold on.
Can I counter that with a source?
Hold on, King. Hold on, family. Hold on. Yeah. If you got a source, please.
I want to read the rest of it, though.
Can I counter it with a source, brother?
Yeah. Let me finish this one, though. Because this is...
Bro, we believe you, my dude. We believe you. You ain't got to read no more. We ain't got to read no more.
No, brother. The people got to hear this. The people got to hear this.
Go ahead. All right.
Now, this point of the article says... Hold on, brother. Hold on. Let me read this. Facial reconstruction. This was your argument. Morphology, morphometrics. It said Lucia, who lived in Lagoa Santa minus 12,500 years ago, had her face reconstructed for the first time by British scholar Richard Nevy. Her features were based on a theory by University of Sao Paulo, according to which the people of Lucia, the set of fossils found in 19th century in Minas, arrived before the ancestors of present-day indigenous people in Brazil. The first migration wave, therefore, is believed to have had African or Australian traits. The thesis was based on morphological analysis of the skull, which indicated that these people were considerably different from present-day natives. Archaeologist Andre Benes Strauss at the USP Archaeology and Ethnology Museum, who coordinated the Brazilian part of the study, explained that Nevy's contribution was key to ascertaining there were differences between ancestral and modern-day indigenous individuals. But genetic studies, aided by today's technology, refute his thesis, which argues that this difference was brought about during the process of migration between continents. This link with a previous population of Africa did not exist. The difference between Lagoa Santa and current natives originated in America itself, he declared. Lucia's new face was designed by Caroline Wilkinson from Liverpool John Moore University, a specialist in forensics reconstruction and follower of Neve. The descendants of an ancestral migratory wave that came down to North America split into 2 lineages some 16,000 years ago. What are you saying?
You just gonna read the entire article word for word?
Yeah, because
so you don't know how to use your common sense, bro.
Hey,
because they saying that you don't.
Hey, bro, you're gonna have to let the brother finish, man.
Brother, we get it. We don't get. We get it. We get it.
No,
brother.
you don't get it.
Yeah, but we have people watching, bro.
They reconstructed lose, but you should be able to explain it. Well, you should be able to explain it from this point. If you can't explain it from this point,
the point is they thought that because she looked different, right? Like I told you, that shit was antiquated. That this had to be a different people than the modern indigenous people. And yes, what y'all teach. But DNA links the modern indigenous people to Lucia, no matter how different they look. That's what the article is.
So my question is this. So my question is this, right? This is my question, right? First of all, Neves was a specialist at what he was doing. Okay, so I trust his word because he was the one that did the bust. And when he did that bust, there was no DNA. There was no DNA. Prior to anybody seeing somebody black, it was under observation. It wasn't nobody saying, all right, well, this black person is H1B1. This black person, that is foolishness, my brother. So under his observation and him being the expert, he said it was Negroid. Okay, now there was 81 skull found. But check this out, okay? If you wanna show that doesn't show nothing. That only showing that these people are trying to cover up the fact that it was already Negroes here. I got another.
No, hold on, wait. Can I say something, brother?
I had another article right here.
Can I please have the floor?
Hey, bro, I cannot yell tonight.
No, they're
brother.
not trying to cover up their black. They're not trying to say
hold
that they weren't black.
Brother.
They're just saying that
Okay,
these
all right, okay. I don't care what they trying to. You believe them? Go ahead, T. Go ahead.
Yeah, they had dark skin. They weren't black. They weren't
black. Oh, no. Hear me out. Okay.
Listen, I got Naya's source up. I just wanted to read Naya's source.
Hold on. He got another source.
For the pale people. For the pale people. They had darker skin for the pale people.
Brother, can I react to the article? The article is only explaining exactly what we're saying, but I'm going to explain it just a little further because
you're being disingenuous. It's saying the opposite of what you're saying.
Oh, we don't care what they're saying.
I'm going to break it down so you can understand what I'm saying, brother. Listen to what I'm saying, okay? So 20,000 years ago in China, how about this? 13,000 years ago in China, Europe, right? Siberia, according to the morphology, skeletal structure, these would have been Negroes. Are we gonna dispute this?
I understand that.
Hold on, wait. This argument is so old and slow because everybody was black 13,000 years ago. So even if somebody was migrating in their time periods, brother, they still would have been black. Fuck the DNA part. Let's leave that alone. Don't do that yet. Let's just understand, y'all, that black people. Hold on, no, I got more, baby. I have more, sir. The modern Native Americans look like modern Asians because they are mixed people. They're not the original people. Hold on, brother. We are Aborigines to America. We're not Aborigines to Africa. We're not Aborigines to Europe, right? But the time period that they're even saying, brother, listen what I'm saying in my mouth, brother. This article is fooling you. 13,000 years ago, it was only black people on the planet, according to their fucking science, not according to me. So even if motherfuckers would have been traveling all around this
shit, they say black?
Dude,
did they say black? Or you saying black?
Nah, I'm talking to your slow ass. The fuck, dude, you are arguing about black people being already here. You already agreed
that we're here. Darker skin. They don't mean that the darker skin that wasn't in 7-Eleven.
Sir, the craniology. Okay, I got you, sir. You don't have no bones of yourself. Sir, you got Lucy as your ancestor. We have real people bones in Florida, in Georgia, in Mississippi that are our ancestors.
People bones, no. Ain't no people bones.
Real people, dog. What are you talking about? You gonna go get an article that's literally eugenics and literally trying to, nigga, we can go find articles, go back and forth that's gonna try to explain our ancestors away, dude. This is what you're doing. This is what I'm trying to explain to you guys. That if you go with
no sound, bro, y'all do a whole show and y'all source us to death. I want y'all
to we got a whole channel. Come get a university. Hey, we got a bunch of puppies in the chat room right now acting like they want some of this work. Nigga, your nuts ain't dropped yet, little boy. And I'm gonna embarrass you niggas.
This is their show.
Not y'all. I ain't talking you niggas. I'm talking to these little fuck niggas in the chat room. I'm gonna embarrass these niggas. No. We over here. We just building, brother. No, sir. We're building. I'm not talking to you. We have a little internal shit going on over here. You niggas gonna get it. But back to you niggas, right? Listen, brother. We're just saying that we were already here, and we have the evidence all over the place to prove this. So when we say this Egyptian culture, they found that here, according to them, this is Egypto-America. But they'll teach it like it's Mesoamerica, which means mixed. But that's the narrative that they want to push that you're helping.
But brother, you dismissed that you say these people that claim to be Indians now are not Indians, but their DNA matches with Lucia's DNA. Do you understand that?
Dude, our DNA, listen, brother, our bones match with Lucy's. Okay, brother.
But that's what you didn't get.
Our bones match with the ancient people of America, brother. Our DNA matches as well, because we listen, brother. The Native Americans are made up out of the original people. That's me and you, and then the cracker who came here and created them. That's called the caste system. Do you not know this? They're not the ancient people here, dude. They just got created a couple hundred years ago. Excuse me, sir. These people just got created a couple hundred years ago. They just got created. So that's why they're a minority in America. They're a minority on this land, bro. How do we outnumber them? You mean to tell me they went and got all of us from Africa and we forgot Africa? In a couple hundred years, we don't know nothing about Africa. Really?
All right. We on the source, brother, and I'm going off the source information. And 72 scientists did the archaeogenetics and basically say that Lucia's DNA will be the same as the modern Native or indigenous population.
Dude, the Native Americans, you can go look up. I don't talk about DNA, but you go look it up. They're mixed from us and them. What are you What are you
So
talking
my
about?
my question would be this, right? My
What are
question
you
would
talking
I
be
about?
just want you brothers to do a whole show and everything that
This
we
is
said
their
tonight that you
show.
disagree
Native
with. Do a
Americans
whole
are mixed
show
with
on sports.
niggas and white people, dude. Don't make them
Not all
a
of
special
not all
motherfucking
of
race
them.
of people.
In
Every
Mexico,
last fucking Native American that's in this bitch that's mixed is a mestizo.
no, that's
Even the
not
one in the
true.
chat room. Fuck is
That's
y'all
not
talking about?
that's not
Prove
true.
it. Where they
That's
bones
not
at? I
true.
got this.
In
Hold on,
Mexico,
sir. So then you're gonna have to use craniology to prove what I'm saying.
no, you use
What are you gonna
DNA.
use?
You use DNA. They sequence the
no,
genome.
DNA is
Dude,
made
hold
up.
on. How about this? How about this? Hold on. I got him. I got him.
So
Dude, do you know how
think
far?
if you
Hold on, sir. Do you know how far Spain is from Africa today? Right now, today,
I don't know how many square miles, but
it's 9 miles, dude. It's 9 miles today. They got different DNA
what does that have
according
to do
to
with what we're
a
talking
social
about?
construct, dude. How do they got, dude? How do them Africans over there in Spain got different DNA than the Africans right here?
The Africans don't have different DNA than you and I. They're haplogroup E.
Wait a minute. So Europeans are closer to Europe. They don't have. They didn't migrate out of Africa and turn into
Brother,
Europeans.
hold
That's
on,
a
hold on. Hey,
fact.
you have
Hold
hold on,
on.
brother.
What are you
We
saying?
can't talk at the same
Let me
time.
say
What
one
about
thing, man.
Cheddar Man's people, dude?
Let me say one
Yeah.
thing real quick.
Cheddar
Let me say
Man
one thing.
is not the same as a sub-Saharan
All right,
African. He's
okay.
haplogroup I.
All right,
He
can I
comes
say
from
something real
Africa.
quick? We've
Oh,
been out of Africa for almost 400 years, according to what you guys believe, right? And you still think we got the same haplogroup as these people, my dude? Do you honestly believe that, my dude?
I don't think.
Because
Yeah,
it's
we got
not.
the same
Okay,
haplogroup. We got different snippets. We got different
okay.
snippets.
Bro, I just told
SMPs.
you
We have
that.
different
I just told
SMPs.
you
You got
that you
to
could test
change
every human.
SMPs first before you go to a whole other haplogroup.
Brother, you could test every human being on the planet and they 99.9 genetically similar. Now you telling me they got haplogroups for all these people, but all that shit is made up, my dude. It's all made up. It all
Haplogroup
go,
is the study
brother.
of the DNA differences.
We know what it is. We know
No,
what
you
it
don't.
is.
You just
So,
said it was made up.
how would it be a difference when it's 99% accurate?
Because
I mean, as
that's
far
a
as all the people around the planet, my dude.
because that small percentage, hold on, that small percentage that makes us different, it equals like 3 billion letters when it goes into the genetic code.
Okay, so
ABCG.
that don't make no sense, my
That
dude.
makes plenty sense
You
if you
telling me?
understand.
So
it.
you telling me for that 1%, that could change your whole haplogroup when you 99.9%, bro?
Yes,
And what? So okay, but the haplogroups would be according to the landmass.
That's not
like
only.
I told
That's not. Hold on. That's not
brother,
unique to humans.
brother, it come from
Animals are
the
the same way.
minerals. We had a live geneticist on, and he told us that it come from the minerals that come from your nutrition. And he agreed with everything I was saying, my brother.
So you should move to Europe, and you're gonna
I'm
get.
not moving to Europe,
Hold
brother.
on. You're gonna get an
Europe.
R1B. Hold on. Your E is gonna turn to
That's what you,
R1B
man. No, it's
to the
not.
European diet.
No, it's not.
That's basically what you're saying, then,
No,
brother.
it's not. So all Europeans got all the same haplogroup?
Majority of Europeans are R1B, I believe.
Okay, all right, the majority of them, right? So what's the majority of black people?
Where? In America?
Yeah, in America.
Haplogroup E.
Okay, so the black people that's in the Pacific Islands that look just like Africans, they don't have the same haplogroups?
No, they don't.
Why?
They're South. I think they're the same as in Negritos. They're probably O or C.
Okay, so if these are Negroes, right? Then how would they be different? How would that haplogroup be different than the other Negroes? And you saying that the people from Melanesia came from Africa too?
No, I'm not saying they came directly from Africa. They got different DNA too.
Brother, I picture the Melanesians that look just like the majority of people in Melanesia look just like black people.
I
the
know.
Majority of them. The majority
it's
of
genetic
them.
diversity.
Brother,
See, Europeans don't have it because they're mostly inbred, so they don't have that diversity and able to produce those
Do
same.
you know who created eugenics, brother?
Do you know what eugenics is? Do you know what eugenics is?
Yeah, I know what eugenics is.
All right, so what is eugenics? Because you
eugenics come from Darwin. It comes from Boaz. It comes from
brother.
brother. Okay. All right, we'll pull it up.
L. Ron Hubbard, man.
Pull up the source then.
Bro, you out of that, man. This dude, man.
Pull up the
What do
source.
you really be finding these people to shoot?
Eugenics was popularized by Marlon.
Hey. Can I say something right quick? I would like
How
to give
long
these
I've been
brothers
trying
our
to say
platform.
right
I would like to give these brothers our
It is
platform, and they can go as long
platform
as they
tonight.
want to. I want them to show all these sources and they narrative to the story. I want them to do it, but I know they ain't gonna do it because Aboriginals don't ever so-called
Oh,
prove
I
they
got
points in their
sources right
evidence. They
here. I
always
got
run
source
at the
right
end.
here. I got
But I
sources
just
right
want to give
here.
these brothers all our platforms. Y'all can say Aboriginals take over the SUC. We'll give you that. We'll give you that title.
This is their show
Disprove
tonight.
the SUC. Y'all can have it like that. I want to see this evidence and these
Hey,
sources.
I don't ask you, brother. Are you American? Are you an American?
It's over what?
Are you an American?
It's over my American.
Are you an American,
Yeah,
sir?
we're American
That's a
citizens.
trick question.
Nah, it's not a trick question. Nah, I'm just asking.
You
My
can't.
All right, that's
birthright.
your nationality, American, right?
You
Okay,
mean you're a United States citizen?
yeah, we talking about
You're not an
our
American
nationality. We
citizen. You're a
American.
United States citizen.
You're an American, so you want us, right? And your grandparents are from America, right? Hold on,
Oh,
your
yes, of
grandparents,
course.
and then are they grandparents from
So it's the
America too,
white
brother?
man. So it's the European. He American too. He indigenous. If you gonna
Okay,
go to the indigenous, right? He indigenous here too.
Nah, we ain't talking about indigenous. We talking about Aborigines because we're gonna get you guys straight on this. Because if you're an American and you're copper colored, that means you're an Aborigine. If your ancestors came,
look up, Joshua.
I'm just trying to. I want you to trace your lineage.
I'm
Don't talk
gonna let
about
you finish
Kuntas. Let's
right
talk
quick.
about you, sir.
Joshua, look up copper in the 1828 Webster Dictionary. Look that up right
And
quick.
then look up
Please,
the
sir.
etymology of it. And then look up the etymology
No,
of it,
I
brother.
want to look at. No, I want to look at the 1828
I
because y'all go out
I
there
know, and sir, and
1828
then I want you to pull out a penny.
American
Then I want you to pull
thing.
out a penny and then put it on your arm. I want
Go
all
to
you
the
copper colored
1828
Aborigines out
definition
there to pull out a penny
copper.
and put it on your hand,
We gonna
and
see
then
what copper
we'll come back.
is. We finna see what copper is.
Hey, bro, you diverting from this ass whooping you getting right now. So let's get back to this. You're an American, right? And so the
Of
Aborigine
course, I was born there.
community,
Yes.
sir, I'm talking. I got you. I'm trying to explain what's going on here. We are tapping into social political construct of America because other people have came from other places and are living off the milk and honey of our land and off our backs because we have taken indoctrination from foreign people. Do you understand this, sir?
I don't know.
That
All
these
this
people have
modern shit I
named us
see,
and gave us
with the
Mickey
Europeans and
Mouse
the
groups
Africans
to
made this
join
shit.
to take us
The
away,
Europeans
sir.
and
Sir,
Africans made
I'm
all
still
this
talking.
modern shit. I don't
I'm
see
still
no
talking, brother.
TPs around this
I'm still talking.
motherfucker.
If we could put, I got you, brother. But America means the Aborigine copper color races and not the mixed people, brother, because that doesn't make sense. If you agree, hold on, but he agreed that we are the first people on this planet. But he still thinks that I got you. I don't, bro. This is
Show me the
common fucking
description
sense.
of copper.
We done
The
showed them
description
everything.
of
They're gonna
copper.
admit
What is
it.
that, Joshua?
They read the article.
What is
He
the
read an
description of
article
copper?
that explains exactly what we're saying, right, brother? You read an article that's explaining exactly what I'm saying, but because they threw DNA in there, which is fake, right? I got you, brother. But DNA is fake, and we are going round and round in a circle with something that's less than 0%, bro. We can't do that. That's
I
not
want to
accurate
kill
enough
this
for us to have,
copper. I want
brother.
to kill this copper color
Genetic.
shit.
I got you,
I want to
brother.
kill
I just
this
want to
copper
talk about
color
your
shit
lineage.
forever with these
I want to talk
elbows.
about your
Right
lineage.
now.
Where you from, brother? Let's talk about where you from. Are your people from America? Is what I want to know, brother.
I just asked Joshua to do something.
Like
So
we could talk
Joshua
about Cheddar
got to
Man
read what
and
the
Egypt all you
description
want
of
to,
copper is.
but
It's on the screen.
excuse me.
All right, I'm gonna read it. All right,
While you doing that, we're gonna talk about
I'm
your
on my
lineage, brother.
phone, Joshua.
I'm gonna
I
read
can't
it,
read
Brother,
it because I'm
when
on
did
my
your
phone. So read the
have
description of copper
anybody in
color
your family,
according to
brother? Have
1828.
anybody in your family told you, brother? Have
Hold
anybody in
on,
your
man.
family
Hold on,
told
bro.
you
Hold on. Let me read the copy.
any tribe or Indian in America,
I
brother?
see. I didn't want to do that, man. I didn't want to do that, bro.
Nah, my family ain't never. They told me that Cherokee bullshit. Everybody Cherokee that's black,
All
but
right.
that's
So
a
listen,
federation after the white man came.
do you want copper be the definition of copper, brother? Do you want it, Craig?
Yeah.
Come on. All right.
Yes, I
So
want.
copper is a metal of a pale red color tinged with yellow next to gold, silver, and platinum. It is the most ductile and malleable of the metals and is more elastic than any metal except steel and the most sonorous of all metals. It is found native in lamins of fibers and I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to say that. But almost always quartzes. It is also found crystallized and ingrained superficial lamins on stones of iron. What am I looking
Is
for,
that the
bro?
1828
That nigga the
definition?
founder of the source right there, nigga, up to the left. Look at it. What's his name?
Hey, yo, can I
Hey,
share my
no,
screen real
no,
quick,
no,
brother?
no. That should
Oh,
be
that's
like the
y'all master teacher.
1828
What's his name right there to the
definition.
left? This nigga done pulled up this nigga master teacher to the left right here. Who is this guy? Don't put
That's
him
Hold
down.
not
on.
1828 definition. That's
What's his
not what's
name?
the 1828,
Oh shit.
Joshua.
I can't
That's
see
what
it. What's
this
this
is.
Pull up
nigga's
the
name right here, dog?
1828.
Noah
This is
Webster.
the 1828 Webster
Oh shit.
Dictionary, brother.
Who's this guy?
Hey,
And
Chief,
Oh,
what it
okay.
say?
let the
It gonna say
Sir.
y'all. It gonna say a pale red yellow tinky thing.
Yeah, it did. It said a metal of a pale red color tinged with yellow.
Yeah,
yo,
yeah,
hey,
tinge with yellow. That mean
So y'all
pale
just
red.
gonna
You know how
pass up.
pale
Y'all just gonna
red look?
pass up everything before that
yo,
go
Pale
blast, right?
red, yellow
Y'all gonna pass
tingy
that up?
thing. That is
It's
goddamn it.
okay.
No wonder
I got you.
these dog motherfuckers they
I got
talking
him.
about.
It used to be a
That's
fool running
all
around
I
here with
do that. So
1828 in his
that's what
title and his name,
copper
and then we
mean.
had to,
So
hey,
you
we had to correct his
so
dumb
all
ass
you
too.
all
Like we
you
gonna correct you goofies over here with this dumb ass shit, dude. You
so
gonna pull up
all them
eight?
dark skinned
We're
motherfuckers ain't
etymologists over
copper.
here, dude.
All
If I
the
wasn't
dark
an
Can you
skinned
pull
Israelite,
up
and
the etymology,
color
sir?
I'd be
Can you
motherfuckers,
pull up the
right?
Christian.
etymology,
We
nigga? Have you
ain't
ever
Native
seen a
American.
yellow penny,
We
my
American.
nigga? Have you ever seen a yellow penny, my nigga? Then you sound crazy. So once again, you're
A
If I
catering
what?
for
wasn't an
Noah Webster,
Israelite,
your
I
master
would
teacher,
become
sir.
more conscious tonight.
Sheesh.
I know color. I know
I'm talking
color
about
dimensions, brother. Yes,
y'all
I
is
have.
sounding really crazy. You're letting ratchet
I
crazy.
have an
Brother,
education, brother. I know the
can you pull up
variants
the
of
etymology
colors.
of copper now, brother? Can you pull up the etymology of copper now, sir?
Yeah, yeah.
No, y'all go off the
Actually,
1828
I know what I mean, but you're not
definition
gonna
of
believe me. You
y'all.
wanna hear it from a
Only way
cracker.
you can find
I
the
got you.
copper color
I got
people
you, sir.
is
I
off
got
of
crackers for you this
1828, bro. That's the only
Excuse me?
definition you can find. So now, when I went to this same 1828 definition of copper, you don't accept that. Even though
I
you
told
use
you
the
we're dealing with
1828
etymology over here,
copper
sir.
color people when it comes to America. So I'm telling you what they
Brother.
see. They see
That's
these
fine.
pale red, yellowish people. They look like pale people. That's almost like the people I
Hey,
see
so brother,
in the
you don't have no
Amazon
pale people in your
forest.
family? Brother, you
In the
don't have no
Amazon
pale red
forest, brother.
brother.
Yes, I
D
do.
red is red. D red is red.
But you don't know
Empress
the
Hope is pale.
history
Brother,
of
we
how
got
they
all
became
listen,
red. Because I got European,
listen,
I
sir.
got European in my admixture, bro.
Is there any
You
way
might
y'all
not
Oh, you
want to
do?
mix
can be
yours
I'm
really
sorry to hear that.
because
I'm
you
sorry to
want
hear
to
that,
play
bro.
this
y'all
goddamn
get back
Cowboys
to
and
the
Indians
topic?
I'm
game.
sorry
You
to
want
hear
to play
that.
the woo 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 woo. You want to woo 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 woo. You want to play the powwow game, nigga.
No,
Even
I
though
want
you
to
don't
play the
practice none of
civilization
that shit.
builders
Even
from
though you don't
Mississippi.
practice
I
none of
want
the
to. I want to
folk
bring
music. Eat the
brother,
food. You
brother,
eat the soul
sir.
food,
So
nigga.
why you
You eat the
allowing
If
soul
them
you
food.
listen, if you
like this?
listen a little bit, you might learn something, bro. Like for real. Like because where you at right now, like for real, is really crazy, and you sound really crazy to our people because you
Now
haven't
go
caught up yet,
ahead,
and
bro. You go woo
you
woo
running
woo
off.
woo woo woo. Go
I got
on woo woo
brother.
woo.
We started out talking about pyramids in America, brother. No Native Americans. See, once again, you have it messed up because you believe that Native Americans are the first people in this land when they don't have. What did they build? They didn't invent, build nothing. And a Native American culture is not American culture. American culture is our culture, which is Black culture, aka Egyptian culture. And anybody else that's outside our culture is a culture vulture. And you have no say so in our fucking culture. You brothers do. It's some motherfuckers listening in this chat room commenting on our fucking culture. Confusing you brothers. Because he got you believing that he the first motherfucking people here on this motherfucking land.
Confused.
So my brother.
I'm confused.
Hey,
You the
no, I'm
smart
keeping it
one.
real with you, brother. Hey, me and you on
Okay.
the same team, fam. Because your people from Alabama,
Okay.
probably. You sound like your people from Alabama somewhere. For real. You from
Okay.
Mississippi.
Damn
So we
right.
good. Come on over here. You over here with me. Me and you can
I'm
have
from
this
Memphis, bro.
conversation.
I'm from Memphis,
But there's other people that's
Tennessee. That's
outside
right.
our
I'm from
motherfucking.
Tennessee.
Listen, that's right. You from Tennessee, right? That's the Mississippian culture. We built
I'm gonna go to
civilization and gave it to Africa.
this first American
Okay, let's talk
museum,
about
nigga. I'm gonna
food.
see
Let's
if I
talk
see
about
your
food.
black ass over there. I ain't gonna see your black ass there. But when I go to my African American museums and historical sites, I'm gonna see all my people. But you go
Hey,
ahead.
brother, were you born before 1990? You was, right? So were you classified then by these crackers African American? No, brother, that's roots. That's a game. That's them taking power from us. How do you think they took resources of land from us? And I'm gonna give you two sources that I'm saying. I'm gonna give you Dr. Martin Luther King, Exile on Land, and we can get back to that, right? But then also Frederick Douglass, The Folly of Colonization. This is 1894. He's literally telling these crackers, hey, y'all talking about all this native land talk? Nigga, the native land of the Negro is America. His bones, his muscles, his sinews are all American. Okay? And that guy right there, Noah Webster, that you just put up in 1828, there's an article called out of something that he wrote called The Effects of Slavery, right? I'm gonna give you a source. The Effects of Slavery, right? Slavery. We're gonna get back to slavery too, right? So this motherfucker said, literally, in quotes, that the tribes here in America are distinctively different than the tribes in Africa. That them motherfuckers is docile motherfuckers and we wild motherfucking Indians, bro. You understand me? We ain't never stop fighting, bro. And we are the ancestors waking up here to wake you motherfuckers up. We pulling you by your coattails. Stop calling your motherfucking self an African. That's made up by these crackers. The motherfuckers in Africa don't even call themselves Africans. Why would you call yourself African, sir?
I agree. I don't agree with that term. I believe it's a pseudonym. But I don't agree with the doctrine. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Hey, I'm gonna put it to y'all like this, man. I'm finna get off this line, but I'm finna say it like this. Hey, I'm willing to debate any one of y'all on anything. I would love to want to debate one of y'all on that
You gonna put some money up?
Slavery thing. How much?
Brother, have you ever looked up the word etymology of slavery? Let's do that before you go.
How much?
10 bands. 10.
Why is he doing this etymology fallacy, bro?
Nah, because y'all believe that it's gonna be a nigga sitting next to the definition of slave. Y'all act like only black people are slaves. That's what you're saying.
Hey,
I'm not denying that slaves exist. I'm talking to some. You're enslaved with these indoctrinations, bro.
Hey, brother. Hey, brother. But would you be willing? Would you be willing
We
to
talking about the
debate?
whole human history. We talking about this moment.
We debating right now. Don't make it some other time because I'm not wasting my time. So y'all already wasted our time right now. This was supposed to be an interview.
Holiday, let me ask you one question.
You niggas are supposed to be learning, and then now you arguing over semantic words. Really?
No, not at all, brother. Not at all. I appreciate your time.
Y'all lost every point.
Hold on 1 second.
It's crazy.
Hold on.
Because we scrutinizing it, bro. We trying to figure out.
No, but we can't build though, bro. We can't even build because y'all scrutinize every word we're saying, bro.
Brother, you know how many times
You don't even take no Sahab word that if we the first inhabitants. Do you believe that your people are the first inhabitants of this land, brother?
That's why I said we gonna let
That's simple. We don't have to argue about it. Nothing else.
I want to end it right now. You can have the whole show on the source. You can say that
hold on,
the
family. Hold on.
have invaded the source. You can say that.
All right.
Y'all can take
check it
over
out.
these motherfuckers and show all y'all sources.
Chief Holiday.
Yes,
how you doing, bro? You good?
I'm great.
All right, sweet. Hey, man. Hey, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Spending the time, here at the source, going through the little, Q&A. We appreciate it. I just got one question, you know what I'm saying? Tonight, all of the sources that you asked the brothers to present, was any of those sources by any of our Aboriginal brothers or ancestors?
Yes.
Which one was that, brother?
When we said that from Dr. David Imhotep that America was grandma.
Dr. David Imhotep?
Yeah.
So that he
and we couldn't get into that bill, what the conversation was about, or any of the older things and stuff that we're talking, because we were arguing over semantics of Egyptian and what that means.
No, I ain't even trying to backtrack that, bro. Like y'all already went through that shit for like damn near hour, damn near 2 hours. So what I'm trying to figure out, Dr. Imhotep, he's an Aboriginal. He's from America.
Yes.
What do he identify as?
What did he say? Did he say he was Aboriginal? American. Just like, yeah, he's American Aborigine. I'm
You
sure he, you know,
are you
he's.
sure about that, brother?
I'm brother. I'm sure you will find him somewhere saying that he's an
No, no, no.
African because he
No.
took
I'm
African
not.
studies.
I'm
He
asking a
wouldn't. I
simple
wouldn't
question.
deny
I'm
that.
asking a question about it
Yes.
because at the end of the day, if he didn't identify, right? If you're not sure, right, that he identified for sure and clearly, right, where you read it for yourself and you can clearly say, well, this where you can go find it real quick, Yashar, if that's what you're really looking for. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can't put your finger on it like that, bro, then
No,
how
I'm giving you.
factual
I'm
is
giving
it?
you the sources. I'm giving you the sources in the interviews we did with him. That's what I'm giving you the source. I could give you Professor
Oh, so
James
you know,
Small's talking about.
did you literally asked that question?
Absolutely.
Okay, so what was the answer?
I'm saying he said that Africa is motherland, but America is grandma, bro.
Wait a minute.
That
So that
America
don't
is
make
older than
so then
Africa.
that wouldn't make him an Aboriginal then, correct?
If his ancestors are from America, that would make him an American Aborigine, bro. Just like you.
So
He said his
what about his
ancestors from
ancestor? Hold on,
America.
don't do that, bro. Look, come on, bro. I ain't, bro. So if his ancestors is from if he claimed and identified that the motherland is from Africa, according to him, and the grandmother is here, so you're saying that he's from here? Because I ain't never heard nobody ever say that. That's a scholar, nor have I ever
And this is
read anything
based on
of a
his
person
travels
saying
going
something.
down to. I got you. It's based on his findings going down to Guatemala and the different ancient cities and stuff like that. And there's all other evidence that's came out that has been hidden from us, brother. Because it's like they playing 3-card Monte or misdirection, got us looking over for Jerusalem way over there when we standing on it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole thing, bro. Like these
That's the
people are
doctrine, bro.
fucking up.
That I can't find what you just said. I can't find nowhere in no sources from the Aboriginal brothers or
We
ancestors.
created it. This paradigm was created
No,
by
no,
the
no.
people,
Understand
brothers
what
and
I'm
sisters
saying
on this
to you,
panel, brother.
Chief Holiday. I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm not saying that what you saying is not factual as far as your understanding go. What I'm saying
Right.
is, as far as we're all that's listening concerned, we can't go fact check what you're talking about, bro. Only place that we can find what you're talking about, bro, is with you. If you, God forbid, you know what I'm saying, check out tomorrow, and we don't have no videos on you or no recordings, that information is gone, bro, because it's not written nowhere.
Well, we have a thing called a declaration of reclamation. Hope somebody can put it in the chat room. Now we'll put it in the back chat real fast for you brothers and put it in the chat room for us so people can kind of read this because that's published. It'll be 2 years, July, 4th this year, right? So I want to say this, right? I don't fuck with nothing but what I can prove, brother. And the bones that they find in the ground here are Negroes, brother. And our ancestors, me and yours, said that we're from here. And then we get alien indoctrination from foreign people that, right, go to college or we join some clubs or whatever. Now we start identifying ourselves away from this land. That's how they took our power from under our feet, brother. So what we're saying is tapping back into being the American Aborigines. You can be whatever you want to be, but that gives us social, political, economic empowerment. Okay. That's what we're saying, bro. So it gets a little technical, man, and you got to be able to look through, and make sure you're not getting duped by these words. That's why I kept going back to the words. We have to know that different time periods, like for instance, right, they'll tell us that Crispus Attucks, for instance, right, was an African American. They'll tell you that his tribe is the Nantuckets, whatever, right, but they don't never tell you nothing about African, just the fact that he's dark and he's an African American. But we know that this term was just created by Jesse Jackson them in late 1890, late 1889, you know what I'm saying, going into 1990s and shit. Like, come on, bro. Some of us were grown when that happened. And none of our ancestors told us nothing about being African. Why did they forget that? Why everybody? And so you say Cherokee, but that's disrespect of not being able to tap into your ancestors here. Yes, the cracker did change shit. Yes, they took our languages and made people. Yes, they say, oh, we're going to describe you as runaway tribes and all this dumbass shit when that's just not true. You know what I'm saying? It's translations. I'll give y'all another example of this translation, right? Maroon, for instance, right? The Spanish was in the Caribbean islands first, right? So they were Maroon just means brown in Spanish. Okay, but when the British come in, they can change the narrative just by making maroon, right? Changing the narrative of what maroon is. Oh, the brown people ran away, and so now they've changed the whole definition of what this word is. So then maroon changes to cimarron to Seminole, and in your mind, because they created this tribe, right? That it's a tribe of runaway fucking slaves, and then it's just be crazy. You know what I'm saying? So they're confusing us with terminologies and words that they're taught us in these school systems, y'all. This is what we're saying. It is completely false. Okay, false.
So you saying that they did run away? They sit there and fight. They stayed on land. They kicked the white folks' ass. That's what you saying?
I'm saying, I'm saying that maroon was changed from brown to runaway slave, bro.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
I
saying.
agree. That's the etymology of.
And
But
that
do
my
you
family was dealing
saying
with
that
the
the white
Spanish and the
people?
French. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Etymology, that's a remix.
So my family wouldn't have been dealing with the Dutch and the British, right? They'd have been dealing with the French and the Spanish coming through the Gulf of Mexico. So we
In the
would have had a different
1550s, you know that
conversation with them.
fact for the 1550s and shit and 1700s. You can trace your family back that far to the 1700s.
Nah, you know, brother, that records stop right there, right? But my family tree is rooted in Mississippi. So
So
before
is
there was a thing
mine,
called genealogy,
but so is mine.
that's my point. So you're not rooted in Africa. You're rooted in Tennessee. I'm rooted in Mississippi. So I
I'm
know my
rooted in
ancestors,
Mississippi,
and I
bro.
still got my
I'm
land.
rooted in
And
Mississippi. Do you stay in
I got
Mississippi
you,
now? Do you stay in Mississippi now? You're not a Mississippi, you did. What is you?
brother.
What is you?
I'm an
You're not a
American, and
Mississippian.
every all square
It's
inch of
just
this
like,
motherfucker is
it's just like I'm
my
not
turf,
in
brother.
Africa
What are you
now.
talking about,
I'm in Tennessee. I'm a
brother?
Tennessean. So you're not a
Okay,
Mississippi because you don't stay in Mississippi right now. So you can get
I'm an
that family
American,
in
brother,
Mississippi
and all
bullshit out
this
of
is
here.
mine. All this is mine, and I'm saying you can have Africa, but you would be disrespecting your personal ancestors.
How you know
You
that?
understand what I'm saying?
How
Huh?
you know I ain't acknowledging what my ancestors went through? Why I got to be,
What do
you know what I'm saying? You trying to make me think of your narrative and your lack of facts. You have a lack of facts, bro. You have no evidence. You
Wait
have
a minute.
zero
We
evidence down
started with
there.
We started with structure. I got you,
Every
brother.
source you
Brother,
showed,
who
you
built
was
the pyramids
wrong
here,
on,
brother?
bro.
Brother,
You was
who built
wrong
these
on every
structures here?
source, bro. That you pulled up.
How?
We just
I,
witnessed this. We
see,
just witnessed a
brother.
whole
See, this is
show
what I'm saying.
of
Maybe
everything you
you're not
pull up
understanding
and
because
say what you were saying.
Man, Aboriginals
brother,
completely
you're not.
destroyed you guys' narrative. So it was extremely difficult to listen to it because it was nothing but arguing the entire time. But I was listening very intently, and they completely destroyed everything you think. So if I wasn't an Israelite, I would have been an Aboriginal tonight.
There you have it. Salute to you, brother. Hey
Hey,
man, this ain't
hey,
about being an
Deuteronomy
Israelite, bro.
28
We
is
can
out
get
of
into
here.
that conversation
You're
too,
an
bro. That's
Aboriginal.
all indigenous to
Deuteronomy
America,
28 is
brother.
out of here.
That does not come from Zionist Jews. It's ancient to America. This is a way of life. We've been doing this, fam. And guess
Yeah,
what?
from my
I didn't come over
research,
here for that. I didn't come over here
the
for
Israelites,
sources. I didn't come over here to produce
from
all this,
my
but
from my
we can bog this
from
shit
my
down
research,
all night
the
tonight.
Israelites migrated to America in the 700s
In the 700s.
BC, but y'all don't believe in BC, so you know how that goes.
Nah, I'm it's not even necessarily about the migration, just about who's telling that story. And you know what I'm saying? When they came here in 700, because we have stuff that's more ancient here than 700 BC. You understand what I'm saying, bro? So it's once again, they'll say, oh, we
I know
found
that,
something in
but
America, but then they'll give credit to the
The
Zionist Jews,
Israelites
brother.
weren't born until, according to our family record, that Abraham wasn't born until 2100 BC.
Um, see, I'm for me, like, like I'm saying, you know, We're ancient, bro, and anything that these people took from us. I give you a perfect example, right? The Bible, the King James Version Bible was just translated to English, bro, from German, from German in 1929. So when we bringing up stuff from 1828, they just created this language that we're speaking out our tongue right now in 1828 for a word spell to cast spells. That's because when we go to copper, the etymology of copper is going to talk about dark brass. Brass is dark. Brass is not yellow, brother. So they can change the narrative just by their tongue. They fork fucking tongue, fam. Even we got to be careful when we put up etymology
Grass is not
because
yellow when you in the furnace.
I got a
When
question.
it
brother,
is yellow.
I've never
When
seen
it's
a
yellow
yellow
in the
penny in my
furnace,
life,
brother,
fam.
it's not brown
I've
in the
never seen a
furnace.
yellow penny, brother. And yellow is
Yeah.
pennies are copper,
That
brother.
is a tarnished penny, bro. That's tarnished. Look at pennies.
Brother,
The
they
pennies that
created
we
this
see on
language
in
in
our pockets, that is
1828, brother.
tarnished, bro.
Brother, they created this language in 1828. Okay, so when you're giving us, they created this language in 1828. So they created it for conquest. This language is for conquest. So they're using the indigenous people language and the Germans that came here. That's why the Bible was in German. It was for them. It wasn't for us. They made it for us. This is a tool of oppression. It's not for everybody, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This ain't for everybody. We ancient people, we predate printing presses. We predate these fuckers, man. This is the problem. They got us. They got us with their fucking books. They got us with their fucking dates, their imagination, everything. We go to sleep and we can't beat them in our fucking dreams. Let alone to say it out of our mouth. Power does not concede power. They're not gonna give you a book that's gonna free you. You gotta write something that's gonna free you, brother.
All right, I got a question, man.
Yes, sir.
Regarding America, pre-colonial America, because I made this statement earlier. Was everybody in America black before the colonizers came over?
Is that a question?
The correct answer is no. I'm the leader of the autochthonous community, and the correct answer is no.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Now, what's
assume
your
to say that,
follow-up
brother.
question? I have no choice but to say that. I'm
Oh,
the top dog.
wait! Claims you
I'm the
convert
leader of the Israelite
Aboriginal?
community. I've been autochthonous for forever. That's why I got a group since
We got us one, yeah.
Since 2015, and that's titled reparations for
No,
African Americans and
I wanted this
that was
brother
since
Chief
2015.
Holiday. I wanted
Why
Chief
don't you just
Holiday's
give the correct
perspective
answer?
on
Why
that.
don't you go by the correct answer and then do your follow-up question?
No, I want his perspective, not Claim's perspective.
Well, bro. Like I don't what time you said. What time period? I'm
Before
saying that
Christopher
before the
Columbus.
colonizer.
Yes.
Well, here's the thing, right? That we always try to read from their perspectives when 1492, right? Well, if we were selling for thousands of years, would you agree? If you're an African, right, and you speak about, just say you speak of Africa, right? Would you agree that Africans were selling before 1492?
There's evidence.
Okay, so could you conceive in your mind crackers being brought here before 1492 and chains? Could you
I could
conceive that?
conceive it, but that'll be speculation.
Yeah, I got you. So, but could you conceive it? Could it be a possibility that the Barbary Coast pirates and the wars that they had going on over there and the enslavement that they was doing to the Europeans, right, to 1899, is it possible before they took over the trade routes in 1400 that any pale people were brought here to America? Big as America is, from any side of America, I absolutely would if I was just a thinking man, I would think if they existed on the planet and there was a slave system, there was a trade system, there was things going on before their conception of the new world, because we're saying that America's the ancient world, then yeah, I could concede that them being here, of course. But the black white thing is a new construct that we should destroy because it's a weapon that the cracker uses against you. Hey, I'm white, and white means not a slave, and black means a slave from Africa. And so every time they can teach that, say that narrative, and they use this narrative to socially oppress our people around the world. That dark is bad and light is better. So this is what we're dealing with right now in our own families, bro, in our own on our own land. That Native Americans who haven't achieved anything in America, brother, anything. And so we're saying that we're tapping into our ancestors' greatness and all the things our ancestors built here in America, brother, that the rest of the world is using and taking claim for. We're saying, fuck that. It's our shit. And it's not theirs. That's what we're saying, brother. Nothing is theirs. They ain't make up shit.
That includes Native Americans today. You know what I'm saying?
Native Americans are mixed people. And so people say, well, they call mestizos. They didn't slide across the Bering Strait 13,000 years ago because according to science, only black people were on the planet 13,000 years ago. So white people couldn't have created mixed people 13,000 fucking years ago. Can we all agree on this, or we don't keep going back and forth? What we doing?
I disagree with the part that they're mixed because Mexico has a population of 30% indigenous people. 30%. These are not mixed people. Same thing as Honduras, Nicaragua. These places have full-blooded Indians in it. So
what do you mean? What do you mean full-blooded Indians, brother?
They never mix, especially those Indians that became Bushnigwe. The Bushnigwe people are the ones that fled out into the mountains.
Now, are these copper tone people? Are these dark people? Or are you talking about?
They're not dark. Not all of them dark. Some of them are pretty light. Some of them are dark. Some of them are pretty light. They always had that pigmentation variation. You know what I'm saying? It's called genetic diversity. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all. They have that diversity to express dark or light skin tones. That's why I wanted to present that question.
I'm just trying to figure out, right? Even as a Pan African, matter of fact, there's scientific evidence that these people did not exist 10,000 BC. So when they're writing themselves into history with these clever scientific words and haplogroups changing different people up, or just say, oh, some Asian people walk across the imaginary ice thing, bro. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Do you hear what you're saying?
What I said was they're genetically diverse and were able to express those different skin tones, just like the Khoisan people have light skin variations and dark skin variations. They're the same people with different variations of skin.
We're not talking about skin tone. We're talking about
you are when you say black.
I got you, but we're talking about craniology because we know that the original people in China are black people according to the craniology and the bones in the ground, brother. These people are modern Chinese people. They're not ancient Chinese people. Well, are we clear? Is this real? What are you talking about?
This is real.
It can't be. It cannot be real, brothers. Listen, we are the original people on the planet. When I say we, carbonated, melanated niggas were all over the planet. And guess what? According to science, brothers, we were selling the seas. Not according to me, and we were trading before these people. We were selling the seas, brother. We were selling.
Yes, but phenotype doesn't make you who you are. Your genotype does, not phenotype. Not the way you look, not how your skull is, not how your bones are. Your genotype is what makes you.
I'm saying that me and you, we would have a different skeletal makeup than an Asian person. We were a modern Asian person, but not. I mean, are we? Is this like? Come on, like we. Come on, we are we.
I read the article. I read the article earlier that America's population, the indigenous population, comes from one wave or ancestral stem, and Lucy is a part of that. You understand?
Okay. So do you know that they're older bones? You know they're the older skulls than Lucia, brother?
Well, just present them for me, man, because I haven't seen it.
I'm gonna present Naya, and then just for the knock it on home. There's a little boy that they found. They say he's about 1 to 2 years old, right? Little Negro boy. According to his skull size, he's a little Negro boy, and they found him in Montana. Okay, so black people are the first people who inhabited this, not only this land. We can go back to prehistoric times, right? But we created this government that these people are using around the world right now. Okay, just to bring it back forward, and that we had elephants here, horses, and different types of elephants in America that are no longer here in America, right? And that they're giving credit for it went to other places. So I just want to point that out, as well as food that, okay, out of the 600 or so food groups that they have in Africa, 640 of them, 600 of them come from America. So you guys are giving us stuff in reverse, bro, like the way they want it to be. This is how they are empowered over the indigenous. This is how the minority people on the planet can subdue the rest of the people on the planet, because the rest of the people on the planet believe Darwinism, believe what is the shit in India, where the untouchable stuff, right? Now they have a different caste system than we have, but we have one the same. You understand? Jamaica is different. Africa, they're different, but they're the same. These people know what they're doing. It's all in the word spells that they have cast on us, and that we continue to pass these generational curses down to our children. This is what we're doing. We give it like boom, and then we make it mandatory. We make this mandatory. We make
Okay, so
our
you
death
agree
mandatory, brother.
that there were Israelites here as well as autochthonous people.
I see, for me, right? I don't like these terms are new. But if you want to say, I believe, yes,
that's the
that
only thing I
Israelite was
don't
here.
like. That's the only thing I don't like about how you get down, brother. Because I'm very familiar with me. You don't know me, but I'm very familiar. So I don't like that etymology talk forever. You understand? If I say something, you know what the hell I'm talking. So there ain't no use to you trying to trick me, because I already know. You understand? So I can't be tricked at all. You understand that? So
Nah, I'm not trying to trick nobody, brother. I just want to make it clear that, when you say that culture is ancient in America. So I'm gonna say yes. So the Hebrew, you call it Hebrew culture stuff is ancient, or Israelite culture is ancient in America. Israelite culture is ancient in America. Yes, that's what I'm saying. And that they gave it a remix single.
Okay. Well then, now I beg your community, okay, to find me a family researcher. And one of your top dogs cussed me out and said that that's a humongous problem because I'm using the word black, and that's war. Now, if I was a smart man, I would have had to find him and cause a problem before he caused a problem with me. But since I'm not smart and I'm wise, then I just let him live. You understand my connotation there?
Yep.
Okay. So now, do you know any family researchers?
You say family researchers, like genealogists?
Correct.
Yeah, myblackHeritage.com. I forgot the sister. I think the sister's Nicole Green. She had did Lord Jamar's, and she's done some other people's genealogy. She actually goes down to the counties and actually search records and things like that. But there's a lot of free sites out there.
MyBlackHeritage.com. Let me get my pen. Hold on. MyBlackHeritage.com. Did I say that right? Did I say that right? Hello, are you there? My Black Heritage.com.
Hey man, shout out to the viewers. These brothers brought in. I'm gonna give them their props, man. They got a following, man. They brought in about 100 people watching at one time.
They completely slaughtered y'all. Now, listen, brother. Do you know this person personally, or does you know somebody that know this person personally?
He's gone. He's gone. Good. Good. I'm going to bed.
Why are you saying good?
Huh?
I said, why did you say good like that?
Why did I say good?
Yeah.
Because we've been going for 3 hours, and I just did another 13 hours at work, and I would like to enjoy rest.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, I know you was feeling the show. You was into it. It's been 3 hours, brother. I'm tired. I appreciate everybody that came out, showed us love, liked the video, shared the video, subscribe to the channel. Y'all World 777, MYMG on Facebook. The
You see
source
how he ran?
debate.
As soon as I talk about family research, see how he ran? That's these people.
No, man. You said they slaughtered us.
Huh?
You said they slaughtered us, man. He wasn't running. He was just doing some strategic movement.
No, right. I'm saying that I beg their community, which is also my community, to produce a family genealogy, you know what I'm saying, a genealogist, so that I can place them on my site. I asked the Israelites that as well for many, many days, like 2 months. I asked both communities, and neither one of them produced a genealogist. The only genealogist that was produced was in the autochthonous community, and he cussed me out and said, that is a war, because I'm using the word black. So I had to settle for a goddamn Jewisher to research genealogy. Now, is this an autochthonous man right here?
Yep, that's a very autochthonous man.
Yeah, check this out, man. Before y'all go, man, let me say something. Can I say something, please?
You got the floor, Ratchet Craig.
Man, peace and love to the champ, man. The champ need a debate, man. Who wants some? We get outside platforms now. Who wants some of the champ? You know what I'm saying? He needs some competition. I think everybody running for the champ. So that's the first time. Also, the other thing is, man, that was not a very good source conversation. I want the brothers to have their whole flow to themselves, and they source us to death. I want to see all these sources they claim they had. If they can paint their own narrative and everything, they can do all that. I want them. I want y'all to give them the platform, and you too, Joshua. Just give it, let them take over and source us to death. Cause I want to see these sources. It was a very crazy claims that came out. No pun, crazy claims.
That's what happened tonight.
No pun, crazy claim. What a shot at you. But anyway, yeah, they had some wild claims, man, and they gotta have some wild evidence.
Claim said they killed us.
They killed it.
Yeah, they killed us. They murdered us. We dead.
Yeah. He ain't no Hebrew Israelite called that. He really a Hebrew Israelite shit, nigga.
They ain't beat me at all. You guys just didn't do well at all.
I mean, Clay, before you go, why did they beat you? Why did? Cause we got the champ on here. He ain't let nobody beat him. But how did he beat us?
Man, because you turned it into a what you call it, debate, damn ambush debate, and they was ready for your silly ass baby questions, kindergarten questions that you was asking us.
What kindergarten questions? I thought I asked him. When we talk about DNA, them niggas don't know the shit about no damn DNA. Everything they gave was them niggas showed human activities with no fossils, but they were rapping fossils. They rapping fossils all through here. They show human activities with no fossils. And when they do that naive, they got the actually whole body of naive. And that motherfucker don't look nothing like our black ass. I promise you that. They got the whole mummification, and they don't have like mummification in Egypt where you wrap them with bands and shit. when they talk, their mummification is you fall up in the desert, a little desert hole in the canyon, and your body just preserved
Yep.
natural.
Yep.
They don't have no mummifications like that.
Yeah, they was pseudo on 100% of they claims.
100%. I didn't. They etymology. They were trying to trick over with etymology. The white man came out with the word, bro. Even we use black, bro. Black is the American phenomenon, and it tell you West and Central Africa. Like right there, you dead. I was trying to help them balance everybody. Just say dark people, bro, or darker people, or people with color. That's it. But when you use the word black, it have an origin when it comes to some people.
Y'all wouldn't even allow them to answer the very first question, which is where is Egypt? And you guys got confused on that for 2 hours straight. And then it got so bad to where what's his name, the big boy, the boss man of them said just leave that question alone since we can't get past it.
Yeah. That was in the beginning with the etymology because I learned a lot from it though. I let they try to result to etymology like the weakest shit in evidence. Only thing weaker than that is kind of like oral tradition. Only thing that weaker than that is oral tradition. Oral tradition the weakest shit as far as evidence, and goddamn etymology is next as far as evidence. When you got genetics, right? Genetics is the key right now. Archaeology, when it came to archaeology, man, the skull, you don't know what skin color they really was. You just know that pale mutation went around 8,000 years. Of course, okay. If you find something 10,000 years ago, of course, they was pale mutation. We gotta understand when it comes to pale mutation, we talk about people that look like Scandinavians and shit. We ain't talking about they consider some of the Europeans that we consider white, they consider them color. Like the Italians are color. We consider the Arabs are color people.
They scalp you.
And that's what I'm saying. When you read these articles and you try to use the epistemology of these articles, man, you misrepresent it because you don't know their criteria and their methodology when they say color of people with these skin tones. Man, so we be getting it wrong anyway. Everything they said was wrong, 100%. I know I'm gonna say 99.9. I'm getting on everybody that's dark skin. I'm gonna say I'm getting on 0.1 of getting something right. I'm gonna be nice today.
Hey, Ratchet Craig, they think everybody that's dark skinned is the same. That's why I brought up the Melanesian people, the Andaman. They don't got the same DNA as them. You know what I'm saying? They're different people. They're different people, no matter how similar they look. They're all trying to teach them. It's called.
And the Melanesians don't have Negro skulls. They have Negro toe skulls, right? They going out the old classification. Only reason they do use it still today, Negroid and Negro toes and all that. They still use it today, but that's only when they talking about ancient people, right? They can't abstract their DNA from. That's the only time. But they can get DNA. They ain't talking about no damn Africa schools and shit like that.
Chief Holiday in the comments saying we don't think everybody's the same, but you literally was advocating on the show.
Yeah, the Egyptians decide. Everybody that from 8,000 years ago and back, we all the same.
You guys
then the European popped up after that.
Y'all were too busy trying to be contentious and argue and bang and trying to show who's the
smartest. Yeah, you're right. We gonna Chief Holiday, come back on. Claim said you need to teach us, so you're gonna get to teach Sunday.
Yeah, that's why I said we gonna have a show. I want to have a show with them sources there, but they not gonna throw a lecture. I don't want to see a lecture, just see them talk. I want to see their sources.
I know how to make my voice loud too.
I just want to see their sources though, Clyde. You get the fuck up out of here with your crazy shit. But I just want to see their sources. I want them to teach us with their sources. That's what I want to do. I don't want to hear no lecture. I get enough of that shit. I go to preach on Sunday.
No, that's what a conversation is about. You ask them a question and then you allow them to respond. You
guys were just banging the whole time.
Nah, we
You and
ain't
your
talking about
ass
this
3
over with,
questions in a
Klein. We
row,
talking about we want
and
them
then
to
get
have the
mad when
platform.
they
I
answer
want them
your
to have the
question.
platform with sources. Teach us with your sources. That's what I want. I want them to come back. It was
Man,
very interesting. I
the
might
show's
can
over
learn
now.
something.
You said that this ain't their show. You invited them back for another show. That's great.
Bro, I was
Now
saying
they
this through
double
the
booked,
whole night,
and
the
then they don't even
last
want to
half
come
hour.
back
We gonna
because
let them
you
invade us.
treating
It's
them
gonna
like
be
scapegoats.
Chief Holiday and
Oh
Aboriginal
man, you
Power
don't
take
know
over
nothing
the
about
source.
TV at all,
I
man.
already said we gonna have that show. I
You don't
said
know
I
nothing
really
about
want to end it
TV,
about 30, 45 minutes ago.
brother. You don't know nothing
Damn,
about
Clive,
TV.
you gotta catch up, nigga.
You
You
don't
being
know
slow
nothing
right
about
now.
TV. You're
I've
not
been saying this shit the whole night,
you're not
bro.
allowed to badger guests. I'm a guest. They're a guest, and all you do is
Hey,
yell
bro, we are
over
the
guests.
source, bro. It doesn't make no difference. You can't, if this what they came over there for, cause the chat was on that shit. The what's name? Now you trying to undermine us by saying we badgered it, like we did something wrong.
Yeah, you did.
You try to undermine us.
That's
Let us
right,
give them the platform, brother.
man.
Go
Tonight was their
along, nigga.
platform,
Go along, nigga. Don't try to be an adversary right now.
man. All I'm telling you is that you don't understand TV. That makes for bad TV with you
Bro,
yelling over each
bro,
other.
you try to we all get along type of shit, bro. We try to build the next
So I'm trying
show,
to
and you
raise
trying to talk about what we did
viewership.
already.
I'm trying to
Cut
raise your
that
viewership.
out, bro. Cut that out. It sounds like some undermining shit. Y'all treated them wrong.
Yeah, I'm undermining you because you don't know what you're doing, and you're harming your platform. Nobody's going to want to come on here if they know they're going to be yelled at the entire time. The audience is not going to want to tune in if they hear a bunch of yelling. You don't know that because your mouth is just too, you talk too goddamn much.
All right. All right. I've heard enough. I heard enough. I want to thank everybody that came out. You know what I'm saying? Them boys came deep. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank Aboriginal Power and Chief Holiday for participating. Sunday, hit us up and we'll let you have a platform for you can, you know what I'm saying, get on the podium and spread the gospel of the Aboriginals. But anyway, subscribe to the Source Debate League on YouTube. We're trying to build that channel up, and that will be the main channel for all of the marquee debates here on the Source. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all keep checking in on us. We're gonna keep making content, and we wish to have these brothers back on the channel. There's no bad blood between us, but you gotta understand all information should be scrutinized. All of it. That's how science works. That's how I operate. That's how we should all operate
Yeah.
as people.
Don't mock them when you correct them because y'all were making a lot of corrections to them, but you were mocking them while you were correcting them. That's not wrong with stuff.
Claims all I want to tell you to do is watch the footage again, brother. I'm not gonna argue with you.
I mean, I was here, nigga.
Yeah, watch it again,
and
brother.
I listen different.
On the GOP, brother, watch it again.
On the GOP, on the GOP.
Oh yeah. All y'all brothers, it's 60 people in here, so I'm gonna do a little quick campaign. Platinum Plan, Trump, Black Economic Growth, November 3rd.
BlackRedeem.me is the only reparations plan that will work. And on GOP them grade.
On GOP them grade, man. November 3rd, let your voice be heard. Vote Trump. Don't do the emotional Democrat vote. You know what I'm saying? I throw that in there real quick. If y'all voting, vote Trump because we're gonna get something out of the deal as a people. And I'm gonna end it on that, man. GOP. I'm out. Shalom.